time and turn it all against one is an art that's hard to teach. Another clever word sets off an unsuspecting hurt, and as you step back in the line, a mob jumps to their feet. Now dance, fucker, dance, man. Show me how to lie. You get it better all the time and turn it all against one is an art that's hard to teach.
Fucking hell.
So play it out, I'm wide awake. It's a scene about me. There's something in your way, and now someone is gonna pay. And if you can't get what you want, well, it's all because of me. Now dance, fucker, dance, man. I never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. And now you lead the way, show the light of day. Nice work you did. With a thousand lies and a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see 'em running for their life. Dance, fucker, dance.
You never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. Dance, fucker, dance. You never had a chance, it was really only you. With a thousand lies in a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. Make 'em walk away, nothing nothing to say. See 'em running in your eyes, see 'em running for their life. Hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. Make 'em walk away, nothing nothing to say. Hit 'em running in your eyes, see 'em running for their lives. Whew. Oh, don't do that one. Don't do that one. Oh, yeah. Ugh. What's up, Kalu? What's up, Goat? What's up, Smout? What's up? Hey, do not call this My Little Pony MVS music. Okay, this is peak. All right, this is peak entertainment. Okay, this is what we call peak cinema. Okay, whatever. Well, you guys are probably here for the topic, so yeah. Courtney Peet, it's been a little bit, right? It's been a little bit. Okay. So, let's see. I've never seen so many people throw so many tantrums over me not interacting with them before. See, she's kind of fucking running. A lot has happened with Courtney. A lot of fucking happened as between the last time I've covered Courtney and now. She has crashed out on Twitter and is like the fucking new challenger fucking approached out of nowhere. It was insane stuff. It was fucking insane. So let's just go over it because this bitch, right? This bitch blocked me. Okay? And that would be normally fine. But she also privated her account, so I can't see. I can't see. So I have to like rely off of these. So yeah, let's see. Courtney has access to minors. I don't even have minors in my Discord, and my most recent streams have been age gated. But okay. So like this is like this is a really fucking dumb argument to make. So yes, right now you are currently watching an 18+ stream. However, that doesn't change, like, you know, the fact of, like, you know, people that could lie about their age and pretend to be 18, but that's not even, like, the point. That's not even the point. That's just a dumb point to rely on. You did have minors in your Discord server. It ranged from 14 to 16, and you're just kind of, like, just putting that to a side. I actually, like, 14 to 17, to be more clear. I think one of them could have been 13. Like, you had, like, at least 9 minors in there, from, like, what was counted up. So it's like, yeah, you did have minors in your spaces. I yeah, it was pretty fucking bad. Some of them were in personal DMs, and then there was like obviously the ones that we went over where they were venting to someone who was I think either 16 or 17, about like the fact that they were gonna kill themselves, and this person referred to them as mommy, like like don't do it. So it's like these people are very close, very clearly, very clearly that they're very close. But fuck, dude, fuck. So there was that, that copium. Then we got this, right? Uh. Oh no, I got feelings and I'm talking about it. Goblins, you stop ya bitching. I agree. Cope and see. Beckett probably shouldn't be talking about KP's genitalia so openly. But do you honestly not think that KP deserves to be roasted for her behavior at all? Obviously, keep personal shit out of it, but taking the piss out of someone who mishandles bling, and then they get cut off. Sexual harassment isn't roasting, but pop off. There's nothing about whether she deserves roasting or not. It's about the hypocrisy. Dog. Dude, what are you fucking on about, dude? What the fuck are you on? Oh, no, it's the hypocrisy, guys. It's the fucking hypocrisy. Okay, bro. Okay. Then we got How dare you record a call with you and another person? Anyway, I'm going to platform 2 men talking about your medical information behind your back. I love when people tell themselves, not so much when in doing so they try to violate another person's, though. It's not like I was a person who tried to revive her career with someone's false rape allegation. Did. And has a long story of being a shitty boss, or that one of the people in the conversation experience for being shitty. Crazy boss firsthand. Dude. Seems like a lot has happened. Yes, no, dude, it has, dude. The West has fallen, alright? We have risen. Okay, great stuff. Dude, I can't believe I took such a fucking brag. Ugh, all you people hate me. But yeah, Courtney running headfirst into walls is fucking epic. What a gift to wake up to, haha. Doesn't Riddle of Lightning have a diaper fetish? I thought that guy was an adult baby diaper lover. Brother, you sit in your own shit for pleasure. You can't really say anything because you literally taught a kid on how to masturbate. Dude, true, dude. Like, when they were 28, they had a conversation about, like, teaching sex ed to, like, a 14-year-old just because they asked, am I broken? All right, am I broken for not being able to orgasm? And, like, this fucking troglodyte was like, you know what? Let me engage with that person. Let me, like, engage in their DMs. It's really fucking dumb. All right. Then we got, and we got this one, because, like, for some reason, Courtney tried leaking. Courtney leaked my DMs with her last night, but she was a little selective, so allow me, Lamau. Sparky was some random account that Courtney started calling a pedophile. I asked for evidence, and she had nothing. Sound familiar? Lol. So yeah, we got Courtney being like, ew, I found this in my DMs. I don't even know what it was. What I was apologizing for. Sorry, what it was I was apologizing for. How quickly things change, then the boys club is threatened. Yeah, so there's Courtney saying, hey, yo, figured I'd reach out to at least say, there's no hard feelings, and I'm sorry for coming in so hot. So let's see, this was 2024. Beckett says, you have nothing to say sorry for. I'm basically impossible to annoy or offend. I think your stuff is great. Not sure if you saw me say it, but I really think enough people have used you for their content and clout, etc. I will be continuing to push your vids. I think you're getting and would love to chat. And if there's anything I could do, let me know. Great. Not get Lamau. My brain is apparently lol. Nice. Apparently your brain is done, lol. Yeah, Beckett's fried. Fucking cooked. Honestly, I don't even know like what this would prove, because it's like it's not like he says anything that's like out of the ordinary. There were people that used Courtney's story as more of like a weapon and treated it more like a a point rather than treating her like a person. It's like the moment that like Courtney became like useless to them personally, they just kind of threw her aside. But that they'll only bring her up just like for the Lily stuff, because I mean, yeah, it is a fair thing to bring up, but they'll use her experience but not value her as a person or whatever. That is something I yeah, you could probably like, yeah, I could agree with that. But it's like I don't really see how like this is like anything. Oh my god, fuck. Dude, it's over. But then this is what Beckett leaked. Great. Not get Lamau. My brain is done apparently, lol. I appreciate the support. Hey, those are some strong accusations. Funny, admittedly. Can you show the link between the accounts? Like physically? No, because Sparky's MO is to deactivate and make a new account. This is the first time he's left. Great. So, great. You just blindly make accusations without even verifying if they're real. Great stuff. Dude, she's so fucking hot-headed. She's so fucking hot-headed. Nothing bothers me. Ugh, yeah. What happened to being a mean bitch that didn't care about people on the internet say about you, Courtney? What a fucking a total fucking coward. Honestly pathetic. I expected more of a fight. And yeah, this is why I can't view her tweets, because she has private her account. She'll she's just a bitch that doesn't care about what anyone says, okay? She's the mean bitch, all right? She's the tough bitch. Okay? Don't fuck with this person, or else they might private their account, dude. She's so fucking gay. Yeah. So insane stuff. So she's just been continuing to crash out. But like, obviously, right, when, you know, it gets to this caliber, right, it starts to get a bit more noticed, right? It starts to be a bit more, like, people start to get more aware of it. So what I want to go over today was a fucking unexpected appearance of Lily Orchard. Okay? So the allegations have blown out of proportion. The document has, like, exploded out of proportion, right? And now fucking Lily Orchard is going to be involved in this because they want to talk about Courtney. Courtney's been accusing them of raping them. So essentially, right, I think they saw this as like a perfect opportunity to like punch back. So yeah, let's I'll put this on 1.5 speed because I think Lily might be a little bit of a slow talker, but yeah. Let's get into it, buddy.
I started talking about this to McKay, and I was like, I might do a video on this, and then I just said, fuck it, let's just stream, and I got very pissed off. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah? Dude.
Why are we always going through it at the same time? What's up, CD? What's up, McKay? Hey. Hello. How are y'all doing?
Dude, it's so cooked.
Let's see, what should I put on? I mean, hang on a sec. If we wanted to be fucking appropriate.
Let's see. Skip a little bit ahead. This seems pointless. A lot of dead space. They're just like letting people get in.
It's called Yakuza, and it was you.
Yada yada yada.
Mellow and moody feels manipulative.
Yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada.
Exposed.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's quite the distillation of trust me, bro. And like the biggest red flag that these were fake is that people were fucking celebrating. Oh yeah. You had people literally going, "Fuck yeah, Saberspark got exposed."
Dude, Lily Orchard's take on the Saber shit, dude.
There's also shit about Black Griffin. Black Griffin is often accused of grooming his wife. Claire Corlett, right? There's basically a bunch of little sort of like circumstantial shit that makes people think that he abused Claire Corlett. Problem: Claire Corlett has basically said many fucking times, no, that didn't happen in any way, shape, or form, and these people are fucking lying. And what people then turn around to do, it goes, oh, she doesn't even realize that she's been groomed. So basically, the supposed victim comes out and says, stop lying about me, and they just go, oh, well, clearly she's just insane.
See, this is actually really interesting. Okay, so I don't know everything about like every single intricate detail, right? Because I'm gonna be so real. I'm not reading a fucking 300-page doc on my own time. Yeah. But it is very interesting to see that Lily Orchard is actually, you know, pro Black Griffin. Usually a lot of people in this community instantly just look at like because I will say, from what I understand, it is a bit of a weird gray area, right? So it's like, I believe like when he was like in his early 20s, he knew them as a teenager. They didn't have any romantic or sexual conversations when she was a minor, but the problem that people point to is like when Claire was like a minor, that's when he knew her first, and then like she became 20 or something like that, and then like wanted to have a relationship with them. So it's like the big ick that I think everyone immediately comes to is like, you knew this person since they were a minor, and then after they turned 18, you know, they're in their 20s, then you start dating them. Like, you sick fuck. How could you like be in a relationship with this person? And it's like, honestly, I can understand the ick, but it's like, personally, if that's the case, like, I think like the only thing that's a bit weird, right? Like, even if he was like waiting till like she was freshly 18, right? Like he just could not wait, you know. It was like, you know, he was just bulging in his pants, right? He just could not wait for it, dude, right? It's like, wouldn't it make more sense for him to try to make attempts at rape when she turned 18 or when she was 18, not like, you know, deny any like contact like that with her till like she was 20? It's like, dude, if he's a predator, then he's like a really fucking awful one. Like I can't like imagine waiting. Like it's like, oh yeah, she's finally 18. Let me just play coy for 2 years. Like I don't know. It's just so funny. The link to my Discord should yeah, it's in the pinned comment. But like yeah, it's dude, it's don't ever say anything like that again. Yeah, buddy? Dude. Uh also he got pissed when he got her phone number. Yeah, it's like, and the other thing too, like with Black Griffin, that I understand, right? People just kind of frame it like he was just some like random fan of hers, like and she was like a brony actress. No, they were both actors and actresses, and like for the My Little Pony show. It's not like this guy was like just some bizarre fan, right? Like it's not like he was some creepy stalking fan, right? They were like work colleagues, so it's like I don't know. It's already weird enough, right? But I think some people jump the gun on some points to try to make it worse than it is. And it's like, honestly, the second you have to do that, it makes me feel like that there's some like malicious actors behind it. Because it's like, if it really is as bad as it's saying, as you're saying, then why are you making it worse? Right? It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. If it really just is as bad as it is, right? Why are you going to then proceed to make things like look worse than they are? Why not just present it how it is, right? Like if it like, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah. Why people even bother to push those allegations after the victim defends him is beyond me. Well, to be fair, Nabi, sometimes, right, it is a weird, right, it is a weird thing to like kind of come up against because I mean, more often than not, grooming victims don't really find out that they were groomed till like way after. It's actually very rare that a grooming victim will discover it like when they're being groomed. It's like some people, right, will like say, well, the victim doesn't know what she's talking about because she was manipulated successfully, right? So it's like, the only thing I will agree with on one thing is like taking the victim's word, like, saying like the guy's innocent, is you should never just do that right away, right? You should try to look at what you can prove with the evidence, right? You could try to see like, what's there, because there have been times where a person will say that, oh yeah, no, this person didn't groom me, right? They're completely fine and innocent, just ask them. And then the evidence shows a whole different story, right? It'll show like a whole different like set of things that happened, right? And it's happened vice versa too, where a person will say this person's a groomer, but the evidence will prove their innocence. I mean, if you really think about it, right? If a grooming victim was manipulated by a groomer, right? It makes a lot more sense for them to actually defend them, mentally speaking, because they trust this person. They were successfully coerced and manipulated to things of thinking that they were normal. So if they think it's normal, right, of course they're going to defend it because it just looks like that people are going after them for something that the everyday person does. So it has to take like an intervention sometimes to break them out of that, or like, to make them realize like some things that happen to them is not normal, right? So it's like, it's a very complicated thing to deal with when it comes to certain things. That's why you got to like rely a bit more on the evidence, because it is possible for the victim to be, successfully coerced and manipulated, but it's also possible for the alleged victim to have been coerced to think that they were a victim. It is very possible for both things. So it's like, I understand not taking the word of the, alleged victim right away, because it's like, yeah, there has been times where both cases have happened. You just got to proceed with caution. But what I will say is, if there's no evidence to provide it, and then she's also saying she's not been groomed, there's literally like nothing to go off of to make that conclusion. It's like, yeah, you're just kind of beating a dead horse for nothing. You got nothing here. You have no basis. You can't really do anything with no basis. Also, what's up, Sliggins? Dude, how's life been, Sliggins? It's been fucking a while. But yeah. Hold on. A lot of these people don't truly care about the potential victim. They just want to be seen as a hero for exposing someone. At least that's how I see it, as a victim of grooming. No, I get that. Some people do really just look at, like, exposing groomers as, like, internet points. But yeah. Also, Claire's way too much of a boss bitch. She 100% pushes him around. I wonder what the latter hypothetical is referring to. Yeah, buddy? Dude, it's so cooked. A dead horse. Yikes. Dude, but yeah, no, so it's like, it's always a complicated dilemma to deal with, I would say, when it comes to that. It's always complex, for like what to make of it. But yeah, realistically, fuck, right? If she's saying that and there's not much evidence, it's like, there's not really much you could do. you could just kind of like write the guy off as a weirdo. If you think what happened is enough that you don't want to be associated with him, I think that's also fair too. I think when it comes to associations, like, whether or not you want to be associated with someone or not, you don't need some like crazy thing. It's like a private behind the scenes cutoff usually. So it's like, you don't need a crazy thing to not want to be like associated with someone. You don't need something morally egregious to cut someone off. But yeah. Oh, what's up? What's up, Tempest? Thanks for the 2. Take my money. Dude, I will. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, definitely. The problem is them refusing to listen while having no evidence to back up their claims somehow. Yeah, because some of them are genuinely just malicious actors against Black Griffin, and they're trying to like throw at whatever at the wall to see what sticks. Actually, there actually were some people that have said to Claire, right? Or like, the victims of Black Griffin, right? Because I think there's like 2, and they both denied being victims. So essentially, I can't remember who the fuck said it, but one person said, if they deny being victims, right? If they deny being victims, then they are also the enemy. Which is schizo, right? It is fucking schizo. I'll be out there one of these days. Oh, thank you for the 5, Kalu. Thank you for the 5. But yeah, so it's like, fucking hell. So, I think, like, you should not make an alleged victim an enemy, dude. Like, let's say hypothetically, right? Claire was a victim, but was convinced that she was not. Why would the logical decision be she's an enemy? Why would the logical decision be we need to take her and fucking burn her at the stake for not realizing what happened to her? Do you know how fucking mental that sounds? Do you know how crazy and insane that sounds? It's fucking wild. All right? Like, fuck me, man. Fuck me. But yeah, I realize I just went on a Black Griffin tangent, and I am still not going to watch that 300-page document. Fauci went over it, and I haven't even watched his coverage of it. Dude, it's too fucking much. I'm not watching what Brony Fanout produced, okay? And it makes me even more discouraged to look at the document knowing that Brony Fanout is a malicious actor. So, yeah, awesome stuff, but we'll keep going.
This is how Stockholm Syndrome was invented.
I was just gonna say, like, that sounds like gaslighting.
It is gaslighting. Like, Stockholm Syndrome was invented to deflect criticism from the police.
Right.
The first flag is always when the person isn't taking the serious accusation seriously. Oh, yeah. All the meme bullshit and whatnot. Oh my god. Tons of content creators I cannot stand in terms of their vids, and yet they're amazing people IRL. That and a mix of having a savior complex. I heard that the Saber Accuser is something. You guys apparently kind of known for pulling shit like this. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't go over Emmy Mameli. Not fuck me, dude. That was a different person. I didn't go over Emmy or whatever the fuck. It's a little bit yeah. Even like with Saber, like she definitely like lied about some things, which is why like even like Mysterious Mr. Enter realized that he was lied to and like switched it up because like there's more information to prove that she lied. So it's like, yeah, she's not a great person. What happened wasn't rape. All right, it was essentially what is it like it's the whole retrospective rape argument where it's just like you consented at the time but like you regret it later. But it's like if you say yes in the moment, like how can you logically explain, right, to a person, oh yeah, I was raped, I consented at the time, like the person in his own perspective, right, he was like he saw me say yes and just had sex with me. That fucking freak, that monster. All right, how dare they have sex with me after I say yes? It's like, come on, like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But yeah.
The kicker is, of course, like when it came to like fucking KP, people were like, I just don't get it. I mean, her video on Lily Orchard was just so well done and respectful. And like, no, it fucking wasn't. I was thinking this was about because Crispy just posted another video about CD today. Oh yeah, probably pissing and moaning at my fucking D&D class concepts.
Oh, probably.
Anyway, let's not get off track. But like the kicker is like, no, her video on me was just as memey. It was just as laden with memes and just an utter lack of seriousness. The only difference is that this time she targeted 2 cis guys, which means it's a lot harder to get those accusations to stick.
Right.
No, that's what it is.
Yeah, of course, when you're going after a trans woman,
oh
people
my
have a
god,
bug up about. People are just gonna pretend you're giving more respect than you actually are.
Yeah, it's the fact that people hate you because you're trans, bro. Yes. Great. You got me. You got me, dude. Fuck. Dude, she blew my cover. Fuck. Dude, how'd she know? How'd she get it? Yeah, that's the reason why it was so hard. Not because, like, fucking Saber's allegations are unsubstantiated, right? Not because of that. No. Couldn't be possibly because of that. No. You know, there was at least with you, Lily. I know you've denied these being true, but like the fucking Terracalla logs was like, you know, at least a basis. There wasn't even that with Saber. There wasn't even that. There was DMs that were allegedly yours, you know, text messages that were allegedly yours, where you claimed to be kicked out of your family's house because you corrupted their favorite daughter or whatever, right? That there was a basis with yours, all right? There was. And with Saber, there just wasn't. It's not because he's just a cis guy. No. Dude, he's fucking hated. Are you kidding me? Like, the Twitter space just fucking wanted his head. They were gunning for him, all right? People don't really like Saber Spark. I know you're more hated because, I mean, look at you. You're like, with your allegations, bro. Dude. I mean, every time, like, someone explains who you are, they always go like, oh, yeah, that's the pedophile rapist. I don't think trans ever gets brought up. I don't know why you always make it a trans thing, bro. It's a very clear deflection of criticism. Dude, that's why. Dude, you're playing it so early into this too. Dude, it's not even about your allegations, and you still played the card. Dude, you're so... Dude, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
One of her former staff members had to fight to keep the jokes at a minimum, and even that failed. Yeah, they just disliked you more. Yep. It was something about elves. Ah, somebody pissy that I said humans are cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Like, well, I always kind of got bad vibes from her TBH. This was going to happen sooner or later. Oh, yeah, of course it was going to happen. Like I said, we'd already seen her do it. And the whole kicker is like, KP herself has always had a bug up her ass about... KP herself has always had a weird bug up her ass about Saber Spark. A lot of figures in the Brony fandom who basically went on to have successful careers while she didn't. Like, the kicker is KP does not like being a YouTuber. She doesn't like making videos. People think not dead naming a trans woman is respectful and not the bare minimum. Oh, yeah. I've called out people for transphobia, and they went, they never dead named you? Doesn't matter. If you are falsely accusing a trans woman of sexual predation, that is transphobia.
What? So what happened to Saberspork? Was it heterophobia? Like, you can't be fucking real, man. How? It's not even about your allegations. How are you pulling the transphobia card already? How? Dude. Maybe if you use the argument of people dead naming you because they didn't respect you, maybe then you can make that argument. But bro, that is like the worst. So you're basically coming to the conclusion that people saw, you know, the Terracalla logs, right? Evidence of what would be perceived to be your admittance, right? To the thing that you've done, right? And running with that, oh, no, fuck it, nah. They only believe what seemed like evidence against me just because it's fucking transphobia. Not because, you know, what I said in there. Fuck, dude. It's just transphobic. Any false allegations or any actually, no, not even false. Any allegations against trans people is just transphobia, dude. Fuck, dude. Like, why are you so focused on that? Wouldn't it make more sense to just dismantle it? Like, why? Fuck my life, bro. Okay, well, we'll continue.
Really comes across as more respectful when she has a fucking Kendrick Lamar YouTube short. Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
I've always generally found is, like, the moment if I'm ever suspicious about, like, accusations made against someone, the moment I hear someone make a meme of, hey, X, I hear you like him young, it's like, oh, okay, you're bullshitting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Anyway, the kicker for all of this is that a big contributor to all of this was Courtney. Courtney took part in a lot of this, and largely escaped notice for the most part, except for the fact that, like, after the accusations against Saberspark were definitively proven to be false.
Yeah, so, like, okay, Courtney Peet really only escaped notice because her only involvement was as a part of the KP video, right? She, tailored Emmy Emma's response to make it sound worse against Saber, and B, she went on a whole rant about implied consent not being a real thing, and I guess just not understand. Like she gave a hypothetical though of like where it would be real, but I guess she's like retracted that and just pretends like there's just no cases after that one. But her hypothetical was so fucking weird because it was like something to do with like a rock star. It's like if a random woman just like flashed her chest at a rock star, you know, that would like apparently be an implied consent. You know, like that definitely. But then like when arguing about it in like Cat Slayer, she like made it like you can't legally own someone. It's like, then so how does the hypothetical make sense? You just know you're bullshitting. Like, what are you doing, bro? Emmy, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Well, Courtney had this to say.
I hope every single person sweeping for Saberspark gets violated anally with something large enough to cause fatal internal hemorrhage. I will say, right, like, right, I don't think this would necessarily debunk what's happened to her, all right? If she, okay, because it just doesn't make any sense, right? Because it's like, using this as a point, right, to say, hey, why are you hoping for other people to get raped when you got raped and you know the pain? Well, if it's people she doesn't like, wouldn't it make sense to, like, in her own mind, if she knows how bad it was for her, wouldn't it make sense for people that she absolutely hated and despised to have, like, the same outcome if she doesn't like them? Like, it's really not that crazy of a concept. Is it the right thing to say? No. I don't even think it's a good thing to say. But it's like, it's not really that crazy of a concept for her to say that. Like, it's like she knows how bad it would be, right? Like, if we're going off that logic, she would know how bad it is and would wish that for her enemies, right? Like that. I mean, I think that just, it's pretty much common sense. But yeah, I think, as far as this, it's funny because she'll get on people for like saying like, you know, no rape jokes here, bro. That's really bad. But then like, you know, just makes a comment about wishing people to get raped. That's, I think, like the more thing to like point out. It's just a blatant hypocrisy from her. But Lily's take, bro.
Which, you know, is definitely something an alleged sexual abuse victim would say, and not somebody who thinks that rape is an effective punishment.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, that's definitely something an alleged sexual abuse victim would say. Like, why is that, like, why are you gawking at the idea? Like, it just doesn't debunk anything. Like, what? Like, it just doesn't debunk shit. What are you on about? Like, and somebody who thinks that rape is an effective punishment. I mean, obviously, if they're saying it out of anger, I don't think this is a rational, logical take they came to, right? Like, like, it's like when people say, I hope this person fucking dies, right? I don't think that they're actually, you know, advocating and sitting there to be like, yeah, this person dies. I want this person to die. I think they're saying something out of the, like anger out of the moment. Like, come on, dude. There's no way. It's like, yes, we got her. Debunking it right now. See, I did not have sexual intercourse with this person. Not me. Dude, this is a weak defense.
WTF. Yeah. Normal deranged nonsense. The fuck. Yep. She's so insane. Like, I know we know this already, but damn. Yeah. The MLP fandom really rotted these people's brains.
Yeah.
The tweet was nearly 2 weeks ago, Lamau. Nearly 2 weeks? It was like less than 1 week ago.
Well, now it is. Dude, that's why it took so long, guys.
Anyone who falsely accuses rape thinks that rape isn't serious. I think on some level they have to know it's serious or else they wouldn't use it, weaponize it.
Dude. What the fuck was that take from that chat or what?
Serious. I think on some level they have to.
Anyone who false accuses rape thinks rape isn't serious. Yeah, like, what the fuck take is that? These chatters are dumb. The reason why they're false accusing in the first place is because they know it's serious and it gets taken seriously. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that one. Are you kidding me?
They know it's serious or else they wouldn't use it, weaponize it. Freaked out from Saberspark when he went gaga over the butt witch from 12 Forever, but that was just a me thing. The things Rachel describes are just... Yeah, here's the kicker. Somebody being a dumb gooner about cartoons is, like, not the problem people think it is. Yeah, it's crass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's definitely crass, but it's like on the level of me making a joke about making a necklace of anal beads.
Oh,
Ew. Why would you do that?
Like,
That's
I'm not
gross.
surprised that somebody got a little horny over the butt witch. That was the whole point of the butt witch. She changed her last name to match yours. She did that originally. Not to be that bitch, but this is unemployed behavior. Oh, she is unemployed. She's acting like a child. Her profile is literally tie my shoe, please.
Oh my god, no.
oh boy.
They're victory lapping her, bro.
Ain't that just like a staple of behavior?
Yeah. And this is kind of a common aspect. People act like, people will look at... So, before I just get right onto Courtney, the kicker is KP does not like being a YouTuber. She doesn't like making videos. She has, like, all she does is read the script very half-heartedly. She's more concerned about getting attention and money. Well, she doesn't really care that much about money because, again, her parents pay for everything.
Okay. Just
When people use the perfect victim accusation, if you point out that tweet against her,
see, her parents pay for everything. Did you guys catch that? See, that's very interesting, right? Notice how they didn't say our parents. Very, very interesting. Why would you say her parents? It's almost like you got disowned for corrupting their perfect child. Isn't that just spectacular?
regarding Court. The kicker is Courtney does this a lot, and it's Courtney behaves like an abuser. That's the thing. Courtney demonstrates very textbook abusive behavior. It's not that she's an imperfect victim. She is not a victim. Victims of abuse do not go to this fucking degree.
What? Victims of abuse do not go to this degree. Yeah? Yeah, Lily? Yeah, Lily Orchard? What do you want about? What are you talking? This self-sweep is kind of impressive, dude. I can't lie. But, bro, what are you on about, dude? What do you mean? Literally, it is super common for, like, grooming victims to become groomers because they were groomed into these behaviors. Or abuse victims to adapt the traits of the abuser because that's what they were around their whole life. Like, what are you talking about? How do you think these things are formed? Why do you think, like, there's, like, a chain of alcoholic dads that, like, their son becomes, like, an alcoholic when they grow up? Runs in the family. Like, why do you think any of this happens? Are you fucking... Dude. Yeah, girl, victims of abuse can become abusers themselves. What the fuck? Yeah, it's like she has to, like, do a whole thing of mental gymnastics to, like, show that, like, oh, there's no way I could have raped. But yeah, why does she keep acting like abuse victims are a hive mind? What? Because, like, she does believe in the perfect victim mentality. She would have to. It benefits her. She has to believe it for it to benefit her because it's actually super easy for her to try to, like, basically discredit Courtney, not off of, like, proving inconsistencies or anything like that, but just to show that she's mentally insane. So it's like, once you do that, then you could be like, well, she's mentally insane. Was she even, like, saying anything sane to begin with? And that, naturally circles back to her testimony, where it just goes like, well, if she is mentally insane, maybe she does believe this, but it just didn't happen. So it's like, it creates, like, that whole domino effect, and that's what she's hoping for. And honestly, the fact that you're doing that just makes you look more guilty. It kind of does, like, make you look more guilty, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's like... Like, let's not dismantle, like, the claims. Let's just dismantle her credibility. It's very interesting for a tactic. It's a very interesting tactic. I mean, in a way, I could see... Because it's weird. I think, how Lily's acting this stream. Like, it's not just, like... I don't think it's just discrediting someone who claims to be a victim would be enough to, like, show a malicious intent. But, like... her behavior so far has been, like, shitting on her not being a perfect victim, trying to frame her as insane, right? And just try to discredit her with basically, like, things that she said about, like, other people, even saying stuff like, her hoping to be raped is, like, such a weird concept. Like, does that really sound like a rape victim to you guys? It's like, dude, it's like, you're very, very easily, like, trying to, like, manipulate your audience into thinking that there's just no way it could have happened when your examples are just weak points and just shit. It's honestly, right? Honestly, her being mentally insane actually proves more credence that she was taken advantage of and abused and wronged as a child, meaning that would have prevented, like, her to, like, grow up normally because she had things happen to her. So in a way, you're indirectly making yourself look more guilty by leaning on this. So, yeah. I wonder why she'd be mentally insane to begin with. Yeah, no, exactly.
Consistently.
Yeah, consistently. So like KP does not like being a YouTuber. She just wants attention for herself. And she gets other people to do everything from editing to fucking writing the goddamn script. KP does nothing.
Yeah, I used to be on her team. I know this to be a fact. Like, once I was off the team, a lot of like team members, former and current, actually had me sign like something to say that I agreed with what they were going to say to her at an upcoming intervention, and a lot of that shit was on that sheet.
Yeah, it's like she's mostly in it for attention, and she gets upset when other.
Okay, so Fembra, to explain that, right? Britt was so dumb with those logs, right? Where it's like, it was a basis, right? It was a basis, but since she didn't like screen record the DMs or like, you know, like sorry, the text messages and like prove that it was her number or anything like that, or go to the police with them, Lily was able to easily deny them. Lily was able to deny them, being like, dude, those were faked against me. That's not me. You're just transphobic for like wanting me to be a sex pest or whatever. So it's like, those things kind of got like pushed to the side because Britt kind of fumbled that, I will say. Britt kind of fucked up there. And to be honest, I think it's understandable and fair to be skeptical of Britt, considering with the Skype logs before that she made it public, she deleted a lot of her own messages, and even said like, I used to be a lot different before, you know, whatever, like, you know, I used to be a lot different at this time. And like one of the weirdest things that she kept in there was admitting to being tempted about mature minors. Britt is a very weird fucking person herself, and they were disgusting to go through. Also, what's up, Redhead? It makes more sense to actually disprove the claims instead of trying to make Courtney look worse. I want to study her brain because this thought process is wild. Yeah, Lily is just as nuts as Courtney being nuts as in a gotcha. No, exactly. like sibling like other, dude. Like, fuck. It's over. It's fucking over. But yeah, anyways.
People surpass her. Like, rather historically, I've generally, like, I love making YouTube. I love giving my thoughts on it. And I'm only really concerned with making enough money to pay my fucking bills. I'm not interested in getting unfathomably wealthy. I've never valued money to that degree. I just like making videos, and I like working a job where I don't have to work with anyone else, and I basically get to control my own hours. And so I've had people basically come to me and basically go, oh, well, this YouTuber who just started making videos like last year has already surpassed you in subscribers. What do you think about that? And it's a YouTuber I watch and I enjoy, and whose videos I enjoy.
What's up, Ballon?
Nice.
Dude.
Rachel tried to diagnose me with autism once because she said she can tell, and she is wrong. Yeah, I would never diagnose someone. I think the most I would ever say is like somebody would describe something, and I would go, that sounds like X.
Yep.
Maybe you should ask a therapist about that. We had somebody come in a little while ago, like basically having like really intrusive thoughts about hurting people, and I just went, that sounds like OCD. And a lot of people don't know that could be OCD. I just got a bank account, and now I can give you money. Oh, thanks, Melody.
Oh, you're sweet.
Bro.
Oh, I misread that. I thought that was Melody. I thought that was the other Melody. Oh, this is a new Melody.
Hello.
Well, thank you, and it's nice to meet you.
Dude.
A lot of people don't know what OCD actually is. Oh yeah, OCD can manifest in anything.
This
But she
is
basically saw the attention that came off the video she made about me and thought I could replicate this.
music.
And then decided.
As gross as Courtney is, I do wonder how things might have been different if she hadn't been abused. Would she have still remained in the same person in regards to the antagonist behavior? Or would she be a less chronically online member of society? Well, I know that if she was never abused, she would have never made the video on Lily Orchard, because really Courtney Peet's whole internet presence was like dedicated to trying to take Lily Orchard down. It was dedicated to trying to get her deplatformed because, well, I mean, Courtney claims that they raped them, right? Naturally, you would want your rapist to be off the platform and in jail. So it's like, if that never happened, I don't think Courtney Peet would have ever actually had like an online presence, at least in the way that she's doing it now. Because that's really all she's known for, because that's what all she fights for, to be honest. Which is fine, but the way she goes about it could be unhinged sometimes. And that's why people get critical. Holy shit. No, I can't do it anymore. Did you hear that? What? Hold on, let me go back 10 seconds.
I thought that was the other Melody. Oh, this is a new Melody.
Hello.
Well, thank you, and it's nice to meet you. A lot of people don't know what OCD actually is. Oh yeah, OCD can manifest in anything.
Okay.
But she basically saw the attention that came off the video she made about me and thought I could replicate this. And then
Dude. Really? That's cope. That's cope. I don't know if that's what you were realizing, Khaled, but that's such cope, dude. That's such copium.
and decided to basically take something topical and then add in her weird beef with two other YouTubers into the mix. And it's kind of funny how, like, the main video was about DA games and has been completely forgotten from the conversation.
Yeah.
ICD's wife. That's Michaela.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm CD's wife.
Oh, you're in a relationship.
Why do people get mad at me because I keep saying my wife to refer to you?
I always call you my wife.
Yeah. Well, you see, it's only wrong when I do it. Anyway, a lot of this has generally come out because, like, in particular...
Wait, so... Wait, so did you grab your partner to fight your sibling online? Dude. Come on, honey. I'm not brave enough to do this on my own. Can you help me fight the main accuser? Ugh, I don't really know if I could do this by myself. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Oh no, it's so touched. Bro. Cloudy, don't ever fucking do that. Dude, do not do not go against dude, do not go on a fucking Pookie crusade, Falgi. Not for Falgi. Alright, Cloudy, do not do that for Falgi. That's fucked up.
Courtney was kind of caught doing a lot of really weird, fucked up shit with regards to this. Like, basically getting angry at the concept of implied consent, which is a murky area, but it's whatever. I won't get into that now. But basically, the idea is, like, there's no such thing as implied consent, and if you come away from a sexual encounter with bad feelings about it, then that means it wasn't consensual. And it's like, no, you had bad sex. People have bad sex all the time, Courtney. Anyone who's ever had sex with you has had bad sex.
Yeah, it's like such a weird. Okay, bro. You would know, right? Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Hold on.
You had bad sex. People have bad sex all the time, Courtney. Anyone who's ever had sex with you has had bad sex.
Anyone who's ever had sex with you has had bad sex. You would know that, Lily, right? I think that's what we call a Freudian slip. Why would you say that? Why would you? Dude. No. Imagine, dude, this is so dude, I don't think I could ever explain this to somebody in real life, but like, dude, this is so fucking insane. So I couldn't even take apart with what she said there because she just said something more insane. Imagine, right? Just someone who's accused of being a rapist says about, like, something about their victim, right? You know, their alleged victim. Any sex with you is bad sex. It's a Freudian slip, dude. Fuck off. That's my... Dude, what the fuck, bro? Bro, no. So, yeah, no, I would like to talk about the other thing, though. Yeah, no, I think, there are lots of times people regret having sex. Yes. That doesn't make it rape, because that's just not what it is. You both consensually did it, but then you regretted it afterwards. You did it in the moment, right? If you don't listen to your gut feeling and you give, like, you know, verbal consent, it's like, dude, you're kind of screwing yourself over, right? Because it's like, then that can't be classed as rape. All right, it can't even be classed as sexual assault. You got to, like, know enough self-respect for yourself, which it's a little harsh. It is a little harsh. But you got to have, like, enough self-respect for yourself that if you have a gut feeling about something being bad, that's a good sign to not do it. All right? You're not forced to do the activity. You should never feel forced. All right? If you're ever in that situation, right? Never force yourself to do it. All right? Never force yourself to do something that would make you uncomfortable. Okay? Because then if you regret it later, you'll feel like you were taken advantage of, which, I don't know. It could be true in some cases. It could just be because you had a bad judgment call. But you got to be more careful with yourself. But fucking hell. Yeah. It's all connected, bro. Dude. Fuck me. Anyways. Moving on.
Proven by this point that cooperation gets more views than competition. Oh, yeah. But the part where Courtney becomes more relevant is that Courtney's behavior in this caused people to like look into her a little more and found out that, surprise, surprise, she's a fucking predator.
Oh,
there's this document basically detailing about how she's largely a wolf in sheep's clothing.
So that's what we're calling her.
And in particular, she's generally had a lot of very, very inappropriate actions with minors. I don't have... That's it? No. Ugh.
I will say, all right, Lily, I will say, right, if you defended Black Griffin earlier with the mindset of even the victim denied it, then you would have to come to the same conclusion with the 16-year-old that Bond denied, being a grooming victim. So naturally, that would make Courtney innocent, if that's the ideology you subscribe to. But I don't feel like you're going to show that level of consistency because you don't like Courtney. So we'll see.
Screenshot, the screenshot must be in the I have the document. God, this document's fucking long.
Dude.
He has done a lot of shit.
Super prepared for this. This is like a Dicker stream.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here she is instructing a teenager on how to masturbate.
And this is the wrong screenshot.
Or actually, no, this might be a different thing entirely.
Courtney did do that, but this is the message where Courtney is talking about like encouraging this person to sexually assault or harass the person that's, sexually assaulting, harassing them, because that's definitely the logical way of how to handle this. It's really stupid. Dude, it's a fire with fire situation. No, it's not. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, no, this is her teaching someone to sexually harass others. Here she is talking to a teenager about having... Oh my god.
Dude. You did not look at this doc at all before this. You just saw a Courtney doc and was like, yeah, fucking finally. Didn't Lily make a creep fanfic? Why are he calling him a creep when he's the creep? Well, because they're trying to debunk, right? They're using these situation, right? They're using this situation to essentially discredit Courtney Peet, so to try to make an attempt to prove their innocence of, like, being a rapist. So that's essentially what they're attempting to do. Can't write Stockholm already did that real. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck is even this screenshot about? Hold on. Ugh, puberty is the worst. Let me tell you a secret about big boobs. I don't have them, but I know people who do. They hurt. They hurt your neck. The bras are way more expensive and never as pretty. It's actually more fun having a smaller chest. That just sounds like cope. You don't have to spend as much money on clothes or worry about that. Besides, in terms of what other people may think, plenty of people prefer smaller chests to big ones. Just you're also 14 to 15. Not everyone has big old knockers at that age. What's wrong with big boobs? They're pretty cool. Oh, but like, the thing is that I'm not even flat-chested. I've went to places where the neck, they check my size, and I've always compared. I'm 13. What the fuck? Besides, in terms of what other people, dude, okay, even more so, you're at the age where most kids don't even start developing yet, and your body's going to keep changing. The other things is that boobs themselves are literal bags of fat. So as your weight changes throughout, when I was a teen, I was a C cup. I was also a chunky kid. I ended up losing a bunch of weight to the same ever since. Courtney, they literally said, I'm 13, you directly engage with it. What? Why are you talking about boob sizes and puberty? You're 28. What are you doing? Actually, this is last year, so you'd probably be like 32. Why? No. No. Dude. The moment someone who accused Courtney gets accused of blowing children, Courtney is innocent. Dude. I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Hey. Look, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Dude, what the fuck? See, I don't even know why Courtney even engaged with minors like this. It's because this is direct engagement. All right, this is direct engagement. All right, she should have not done this. All right. What is it with people thinking they have the right to give strangers kids sex ed? There's a lot of words being said in the Chili's tonight. Okay. Cool one, Cloudy. Yeah, no, like, Courtney Peet is literally the definition of, like, a Discord mom. She genuinely, like, went to these teenagers to see, like, yeah, I'm just, like, the cool mom on the block. You can come to me about anything. It's like, fuck off.
Here she is talking to a teenager about having... Oh, my God. Oh, got it.
But really, the outfit's a cute job. You did a good job. Thank you. I did know that what I was doing. I was considering not doing it and just wearing my corn shirt and some. I'm thinking of adding a FNAF necklace with it. I added the
Teenager sent her a
choker.
fucking photo.
No. How old was the teen?
Oh, my God.
How old was the teen? Oh, we don't know that from this.
Oh, God, a teenager sent her a fucking photo.
So a teenager sent a photo of them wearing a choker. No.
Of a choker.
Oh no.
No. I guess the age of the child is unknown. Bro. Why? No. Dude. Yeah, cool stuff.
Anyway,
Nothing wrong
it's
with
somewhere
being
in here,
fat.
but like she's basically instructing a teenager on how to masturbate.
I'm surprised you didn't actually get that. Lol, I'm your actual mom. I'm swearing is fine. What? No. No, stop.
Which is deeply fucking also getting this kid to call her mom. Like, this goes on for a while, and like, unlike most of the things said about me, there's fucking screenshots.
There were screenshots about you, bro. All right, don't don't even be that way. Terra Kalu logs. Okay, don't be that way. Brit had like a lot of logs. Okay, it's not like there was no screenshots of your conversations or what you allegedly said. All right, it's not like you're just a baseless allegation of things. All right, okay, and then other things that people said about you have also been to do with Stockholm, which was literally created by you. And then obviously like the false striking shit, which is provable that you've done that too. Least severe one, but still. It's not like there's just no evidence and you're a completely innocent little angel, all right? You're just such a fucking manipulative little liar. Holy shit.
Until recently. And I told them about how I didn't know how to do, which Courtney recommended using a teen.
Okay, so yeah, the problem, okay. This person's interesting. Now, they come with allegations, but apparently Fennec was a person that, you know, their credibility was a little iffy to take. Personally, even if someone has like bad credibility, you should still look into like the allegations yourself to see if there is any validity of it, especially if it's someone that you know you personally know. Like it's someone's come to you about it. It's like, okay, I'll look at it, even if they're like, you know, even if right, they could be like having like a little bit of like a questionable what's the word? I guess just credibility, questionable credibility. It still would be smarter to look into it of yourself, just to be like, okay, I've heard this claim. I obviously can't ignore it because this could like, you know, come back later, right? That would be the smarter thing to do. But I think some people didn't do that at first because of, I don't know, Fennec being iffy. But still, then, you know, I'd pit everyone in the ass later, so lovely.
Wish I had messages now to prove it. Oh, it seems like she just lost at the end. But this stuff goes on a while. I think I've seen enough for tonight. Thanks, CD. Yeah, it's all right. I understand if you need to tap out. Also, it's 9 where I am, so good night. Good night, Puff. Oh, we got 200 people.
Oh, hold up, dude. Hold up. I just got art made. Got art made of me. Hold up. Hold up. Dude. Look at the... W time to give me a choker, I guess. But yeah, this is awesome, dude. Dude, great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff, Anya. Great stuff. I appreciate it. Dude. Alright, here we go. Is their chat even talking? Dead chat.
People in this.
Oh, goodness.
Skeezed out, rock bottom is broken. What the shit? The depths of insanity of this bitch. Yeah. Oh, it gets worse, because here's the thing. This teenager she's been talking about sex to and getting to call her mom. She ended up having a fucking crash out and made this kid talk her out of suicide.
Suicidal DMs.
While calling her mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I have the feeling that I pressed a button. Did I? No, I didn't. Dude, the intrusive thoughts, bro. You're making me think I pressed O. Or like, sorry, 0.
Where the fuck? Oh.
Yeah, so
No,
I'm looking for the
she's
point where she
clipping out.
actually calls this woman mom. Oh, right, there it is. Yeah, doesn't matter, it's not a 9 to 5. Apparently Courtney's getting kicked out by her boyfriend because she's a fucking deadbeat who sits around and does nothing.
Someone was unemployed? Yikes. I had to. W. I'm greatly hoping that the selfie wasn't gross if you know, you know. Yeah.
Is this not going to be released publicly? It is public. Not by me, but it is public. Vomits out lava. Yeah, this teenager is talking Courtney out of killing herself. Now, it's like, this teenager's not at fault. We all make mistakes. That was in poor taste. I apologize. How much worse can it possibly get? It's so much fucking worse. Being a deadbeat is the least of Courtney's problems.
Dude, I've been
Anxiously sipping on my
talking about
peppermint
this
tea.
for
It's
a
going to be permanent.
month.
The big
Willie's
26,
late,
I can
bro.
never talk to a kid in any kind of way outside of be better than the generations before you. Your generation is the future. Yeah, like, every now and again I have, like, it's apparently somebody who's in, like, a crisis and, like, the proper channels are not available to them, but sometimes there's, like, a teenager who breaks my DNI to basically just go, hey, I'm in this kind of situation. Is there anything I can do to, like, protect myself? And oftentimes it's, like, because of what I've talked about, their issue is usually a family member being a creep toward them. And I always tell them to, like, get one of these, I always tell them to get one of these little door jams. That's always my default, my go-to, because at least then you can sleep with peace of mind that they're not coming in. I don't know why calling Rain or calling CPS is not available to you. I understand, like, I'm not going to press. I understand that that's often not an option.
How the fuck does this even
So
get
I've
brought
generally
up?
found that the best thing I can usually do is just give people peace of mind.
Okay.
What's worse
Right.
can it get? But yeah, this is what Courtney does. And if you wanted to know how this gets worse, there was a big red flag that she was going to do this. Who fucking talks like this?
What? Okay, this one's different. You're good. I want to foster all the unwanted teens. What? Courtney. Ah, yes, sly dog, you. Oh, no. No. Yeah, Kalu, I know, like, that too. I guess, like, teenagers would come to them, like, you know, being like, what do I do? Which I don't even know. I guess I have heard that, you know, people say that Lily does try to advertise herself as, like, a safe space. So that actually does make sense if that's the case. But still, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Who genuinely fucking talks like this? When minors like 16 or over were allowed in my server, it was with begrudging tolerance. And the instant there was an issue, it was like, you're all out. You should always be wary of somebody who genuinely wants to be around children. The most I ever aspire to be is somebody that people feel comfortable just like throwing an ask my way going, hey, how do I do this? Provided it's appropriate. Huh? Audio's aspire to be is somebody that people feel comfortable just like throwing an ask my way going, hey, how do I do this? Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, it was.
Get her away from children, Jesus fucking Christ. I feel like my soul's on the verge of croaking as I'm learning about this moment. Oh, well.
Yeah, I can't lie, dude. Courtney does not look great right now. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, fuck me.
I don't know if this is worse, but like the inevitable comparison you are that you're going to do, that you're going to come to, is just that. Oh my fucking god! Are you serious? You are an actual cartoon character.
No, let's see that. I just realized I have a special interest in cannibalism. You interested in the long pork? Nice one. Yeah, I don't to eat people, but like, you know, it's interesting. Okay, question. If you were offered human meat, it's cooked and you don't have to worry about where it came from. Also, where there are no legal ramifications, would you try it? Yeah, full stop. Same. Dude, Courtney's hungry, dude. She wanted to fucking eat Saber Spark. Dude, she was like, dude, what the hell? Dude, just fucking eat him like a steak. Yeah, steak Spark, dude. Saber steak. Dude, she was munching. Dude, I take it if I want something that apparently tastes like pork, I'd go for pork. Yes, you were told it's human. For the sake of the hypothetical, it's leg rump meat from a well-fed vegan. Because my only issue, aside from the obvious one about eating people, is that we don't typically eat carnivores. What? This is such a schizo conversation. Dude. Courtney, what are you doing?
So,
she hungry,
first...
bro. She's trying to coerce people to eat people, dude. What the hell?
Okay, here it is. Here is Courtney talking about cannibalism.
Yeah, you already showed that. L streamer.
Literal cartoon character behavior.
What the hell is actually wrong with her? I don't fucking know. I know there are sometimes people who talk about cannibalism, but they're like, look at this shit. Lily doesn't count as eating human. I'm out because Dahmer told us people with tattoos don't taste as good.
What?
If
What are they talking about? Though, to be honest, I've mauled people I've tried to eat Lily's corpse, so... /J. Bro's got a point. Lily doesn't count as eating human. And I'm out because Dahmer told us people with tattoos don't taste as good. Oh my god. If the meat was Jewish, is it kosher? Or is it not because Jewish bodies aren't supposed to be altered? What the fuck? This is so unreal, bro. Yeah. Dude, how can you point at this, though, Lily? How can you point at this and be like, does this sound like a rape victim to you? Does this sound like someone who was raped? Like, honestly, like, it's like that Bowser meme. Yeah, kinda. Why I read it out loud? Because I'm a reader. Dude. Yeah, Courtney's L's are not Lily's W's. No, they're not. I think, like, just because Courtney's fucking up, you could acknowledge that they're both bad and just move on. But, like, the fact that Lily's trying to really rely on Courtney's L's being her W's is also very telling of her intentions. Like, fuck me.
meat was Jewish, is it kosher or is it not because they're not supposed to be altered? There are very specific foods that are considered kosher. No, it's not. Why am I having this fucking conversation?
It's obviously a joke, dude. It's obvious. Fuck off.
Like, this is just straight up anti-Semitism.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you got them. Yeah, you know what? Them talking weird around minors. Let's put that aside. Look at this anti-Semitism. Tisk, tisk, tisk. We got him, boys. We got him.
My 30-year-old Discord abuser from when I was in my teens was like 15% of this bitch is crazy. Oh my god, Shanda. Can someone pick me up? I'm scared. Ugh. I'm speechless. Yeah, it's pretty fucking grim. Like, this bitch, like, but the all spark delay like comparisons weren't that off. I didn't know there were so many answers to this. Couldn't possibly get any worse. Not even veiled anti-Semitism. Yeah, not even veiled anti-Semitism. Hang on a second. I'm gonna... There we go.
Dude, she wants to eat Queeman and Aiden, dude. This is fucked.
Got 30 viewers on Twitch, but the fucking extension doesn't seem to notice that. Voldemort would shudder her. I'm sorry, you have 0.2 seconds left to live.
Ben Shapiro, run.
After comparisons. Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was that screenshot?
After comparison.
Yeah, it's just more cannibalism.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep her away from children, keep her away from people in general. And here's the kicker. This document about Courtney's behavior came out last fucking year. It came out last fucking year. But it got buried. It got, like, you're only seeing people making videos on it now. But this came out last year. And the reason it got buried is because the people who were in the biggest position to fucking hold her to task for her behavior were more concerned about the damage it would cause to their smear campaign against me.
Let's see, Brit. Fucking Helios is spreading around the Courtney dog. Doesn't care the damages it will cause. I know I find it hypocritical as all hell that they'd spread that while at the same time downplaying a certain other individual having way more signs of actually being a predator. The downplaying Poppy's F-list and cub porn. I've recently been told Poppy is still commissioning that artist. Most of that artist's work is pedo shit. Accused me of pedo jacketing someone who lied to multiple people about their involvement with a self-described lolicon, but will spread this shit. Honestly, yeah, okay, I understand this complaint. Let's see. Yeah, so, Brit, okay. Not a good look for you, pal. Not a good look for you. Like, this is being more concerned about, you know, like, this is actually sweeping for Courtney just to go after Lily. I don't get that. It's not a side versus side thing. Acknowledge the bad that, like, both of them have done and move on. Like, just because, like, a person that was wronged also does something bad doesn't discredit, like, that them being wronged. All right, that's not how that works. I don't understand why people would think it works like that. In fact, it would make more sense for people to do bad things if they were wronged because they feel like that they would have to get even or they have to get revenge or, right, you know, they go in like a crusade. Like that honestly makes more sense to think, oh yeah, this person did have something fucked up happen to them, rather than come to the conclusion, oh yeah, literally nothing happened to this person. Huh, yeah, they just were bad like once upon a time. Just doesn't fucking work like that. So it's like, I don't get, like, why. Like, yeah, this is not a good look, Britt. You know, not worse than you being tempted by, you know, mature minors, but, yeah, not a good look. Not a good look.
Yeah.
That's what they were more concerned about. And even to this day, like, even with Courtney's violence or, like, because, like I said, the fucking rabbit hole of Courtney's behavior, it only gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, here Poppy is, showing her an incest comic.
What? Oh, hold on. Maybe if I had better, hotter family, Lymphao. Oh, wait, what are they saying? Yeah, fair. See, it was never my family. Something cute like this series. Oh, so you're into other people's incest? That's pretty common. I love the writing of that. Yeah, not my own. They are hideous. Okay, fair. That's kind of hot. I got all the hot genes. Okay, bro. Nice one. Cool stuff, dude. I don't know if you want to, like, be criticizing being into certain kinks, though, Lily. You have, like, a literal, like, pedophile grooming comic.
And she thinks it's hot.
Oh my god.
Money, since I'm such a sporadic stream viewer, lol. Thank you, Damien Decay. I enjoy the two, and I will be using it for gas money. Yeah, but no, I appreciate it. I was mid-rip. What the fuck shit did I just hear at a space? Dude. Dude, they're just enjoying incest, bro. They're smoking blunts.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I know for a very good fact you think incest is hot. I know very well.
Oh, really? Oh, what made you come to that conclusion? Lily, you're not helping yourself at all. I didn't rape. I swear to God, if Lily's argument is I didn't rape, it was consensual, I actually might just... I might just quit. Dude. I did not have any affair with them. But, like, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, right? I'm just saying, if someone did have an affair with them, I think it would just be bad for them, right? I think they would regret it. I think that they would, you know, if they could turn back time, they would just never have sex with them. You know, that's how I feel. Not saying I did it. I'm just saying, putting myself in those shoes, I wouldn't do it. You know, I could see why someone would take it back. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Brittany once again proving why no one should ever go to the American South. Yeah, stay away from Decatur. Not that. Oh, no, not that. Oh, you know what this is.
Oh boy.
A rabbit hole down to Earth's core. Fucking melt already. How do people like us, like this exist at the same timeline as us? Oh, no, not you, Poppy. Admittedly, when you first started following us, we did get a little bit, is that? But then we checked, no, that...
Yeah, don't worry, this isn't about you.
This Poppy is 45.
Yeah.
Lovely. Dude.
I can confirm nothing of value exists in Decatur.
What's up, Pudgy?
Refuse to do anything talking about taking someone to task about their behavior continues to appall me. Yeah. It is utterly fucking grim. It is utterly fucking disgusting how much this woman is an open book of human misery. And people just won't fucking do anything about it. I wish I could do something about it. If I knew where this bitch lived, I'd have the cops on her ass in a fucking nanosecond.
Oh yeah.
I did that the last time someone close to me got clapped for child predation. I had a friend like 10 or so years ago.
You should turn yourself in.
Who got caught like with kids. Who got caught like preying on kids. And at the time, like, she had called me from the station. She'd used her one phone call and said, "Hey, my computer is kind of messed up. Can you just go like reset it, and wipe the hard drive, and like reinstall everything?" I was like, "Sure." So I went in, I turned it on, it boots up just fine. I'm like, "What?" I open a folder on her desktop. Oh my god, I have seen the horrors. And then the police knock on the door. And it's like, "Yeah, we're here to confiscate. We're here to confiscate this woman's computer." And I went, "I know exactly what you're looking for." She just called me asking me to wipe her fucking computer and reinstall everything. It's like, "You didn't, did you?" "No." It booted up and I found everything on it. "Here, I'll help you pull out the hard drive."
Okay, bro.
Good lord.
I'm so sorry you saw that. I sold that bitch down the river.
Bro didn't sweep.
And now, after that happens,
burning?
people
Yeah?
have, like, the kicker is, like, Brittany was caught with, like, Brittany was caught with this friend confessed to how they felt about children to her months prior.
I wouldn't know
Like,
about...
months
Isn't this the girl she made up? Honestly, Shala, I wouldn't know about anyone that she would have made up.
prior.
That'd be interesting.
And so, Brittany's attempt to do damage control was to spin this fucking yarn about this person being fake. About it just being my fucking alter ego.
The girl isn't real. She made her up. There's many times she told the story. Is it just because there's contradictions in the story that people have come to that conclusion? Or, like, have they, like, tried looking up, like, court cases or anything like that? Like, I don't know. That definitely an interesting thing to make up if that is true, but I'm not sure.
The document got buried because you made a video on the dungeon anime and people couldn't stand for it. Priorities, you know? Almost reminds me of when people spammed CP in my group chat when I was 17. Ugh.
Oh my god.
The call, right? This is the person they say is just you telling on yourself. The call is always comes from inside the house. It's so easy to not.
No, they
enable that
definitely
shit.
are
I know
Miss
he's a
Lissy.
psychopath, but all I'm saying is if I had the death note, these people would be gone in less than. Please don't make veiled threats in my chat. It's not that I disapprove of them. It's that I get in trouble when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily?
The screenshots of her downplaying all the stuff she was saying. Oh yeah. It's just it goes on like crazy. And the kicker is the only reason shit like this is allowed to fucking happen is because there's one more thing before we get onto that. And this to me is like
right, Shala.
this for me is like the smoking fucking gun.
Oh, smoking gun.
No, that's not it.
Oh boy. Let's see it, Lily.
Where'd I put it? I'm looking for the one where she talks about the quintessential blackout memory.
Dude.
Yeah, I just thought I maybe had the image itself.
You are so unprepped. Dude, you're so fucked, dude.
Here it is. So, and of course, I went through the quintessential blackout memories and had myself convinced for 14 years the memories of my abuse were just bad dreams I had, so our parents didn't know until I was 19 and long out of their house. Now remember, later on, Courtney would claim that she did in fact she did in fact try to get me clapped for abuse, and our parents wouldn't believe her. So it's either she didn't say anything, or she did, and this is like her story keeps changing every time she tells it. But most importantly, what she talks about, I went through the quintessential blackout of memories. The idea being is that she repressed her memories of abuse when she was like as a teenager.
Okay, I'm gonna read this myself without them like taking a part of it. And of course, I went through the quintessential blackout of memories and had myself convinced for about 14 years that the memories of my abuse were just bad dreams I had, so our parents didn't know until I was 19 and long out of their house. I don't have specific memories of Lily abusing me, but I'm 99% sure that's because she'd abused me in my sleep. And even before the serial kill, I slept through a Category 2 hurricane in a trailer, so I'd for sure sleep through molestation. Okay. So this is a tricky one, I will say. Because it's like, obviously, I know they're underlining the I don't have specific memories of Lily abusing me. Right? So it's like, obviously, then the next question would be like, okay, where did it come from? Right? Where did it come from? However, not to be gay, right? But it is very possible that if something traumatic happens to someone, as a coping mechanism, right, your brain will try to block that out. Your brain will try to essentially block that out to like protect you, so that, because obviously you can't mentally handle the abuse, so that's the solution that they give. So like, this is really not that crazy to me, but I'll just see what Lily runs with.
Problem with that. Repressed memories aren't real. There's no such thing as a
What?
repressed memory. It is pseudoscience.
Oh yeah.
It is not just pseudoscience. It is regarded by psychiatrists with as much disdain as the medical benefits of a lobotomy.
Dude.
This was a big fucking scandal in the 90s of like repressed memories and recovered memory therapy. And it taught us a lot about how unreliable human memory is. I don't have any specific memories. You sounded so damn sure, Court, for someone who doesn't remember. Oh yeah, like she has completely omitted this part from her fucking story. Like I said, people have often tried to accuse me, well, you keep changing your story while Courtney keeps hers completely straight. No, she fucking doesn't. She changes her story every goddamn time. First she was 6, then she was 10, then she was 15 or whatever. It's bad where you actually have to search through a needle sack of Courtney's shit. Yeah. Every time she tells this story, it fucking changes completely. Oh, well, I went through the quintessential blackout memories. Repressed memories aren't a real thing, Courtney. I vividly remember her abusing me when I was 6. She was 7. That's not possible, Courtney. Well, she coerced me into sexual games when I was 14. Didn't you just say she was away in the hospital that entire year? Over and over and over again. And because...
Interesting. See, if you showed all this as a debunking thing, that would be definitely an interesting case. Instead of just like immediately running to, oh, it's because people are transphobic. But that is very interesting because, again, I could understand why people would be hesitant to believe that Courtney, though, if like she has changed her story and changed things in it, because that would make someone come to the conclusion of lying. Does that mean that they're lying? Not always. It's very tricky to deal with shit like this. So it's like, that's very interesting. Very fucking interesting. But yeah, I'll keep it going.
And the reason they haven't clocked her as a liar is because they so desperately want this to be true. They're like anti-vaxxers. They want this shit to be true so fucking much.
Okay, dude.
I didn't know that was pseudoscience. Yeah, it's like hang on. It's right. It's literally the first thing on the Wikipedia page. Repressed memory is a controversial but largely scientifically discredited psychiatric phenomenon, which recalls an inability to recall autobiographical information, usually of a traumatic or stressful nature. It's right there. It's like the first thing you read about it. The first, like, there's an entire book called The Myth of the Repressed Memory. Like I said, this was a scandal back in the 90s. But anyway.
So you're really going to make the claim that there's never been a time in human history, right? Like, it's all made up. There's never been a time where something traumatic's happened to someone and they just happen to, like, not remember it for a good chunk of their life, just to remember it again later. Like, there's just not, you're just going to make that claim. Very interesting claim. Very interesting claim to die in the hill on. A very interesting argument to go with. But yeah.
They want this shit to be true so much, to the point that they just twist themselves in knots with more and more pop psychology. Because all of Courtney's behavior is evidently just proof I abused her because hurt people hurt people. They don't hurt people to this fucking degree, or to this level of sadism.
Or this consistently.
Or this consistently.
Proof? Like, what? Come on.
That's a lovely piece of information to share with a loved one who's worried she has those. Yeah, here's the important part. Like, where recovered memory therapy became such a controversy is that it turns out if you walk someone through the steps enough, you can implant a false memory into them.
Oh, yeah.
It is it is really easy to convince people something happened to them when it really didn't. And the kicker is, not everybody, people don't do this maliciously. People do this trying to help. Like, this can happen as easily as, like, you break up with your boyfriend and your friend who never liked them just keeps shit-talking and painting all their, everything they ever did in the most negative light possible. And eventually it's like, you just start believing it. It goes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that did happen that way. This happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that like gaslighting? No, gaslighting is a deliberate attempt to, like, here's the kicker. It is possible to implant false memories into people completely accidentally by just trying to be supportive.
Here's the kicker.
Gaslighting is a very deliberate attempt to make someone doubt their own sanity. Like, gaslighting is not just, like, it's not gaslighting to just be wrong. It's also not gaslighting to lie.
Yeah. There's a degree of malice that's necessary.
You have to specifically go out of your way to make somebody believe they're crazy, not just make them believe they were wrong.
I mean, it's not gaslighting if you, like, if...
It's been saying this so confidently and repeatedly, it has to be correct. Well, the kicker is like, they want it to be correct. They desperately want it to be correct because they're mad at me for, like, other reasons. And they really, 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 really want me to be guilty of everything that's said about me. So they had to twist themselves in.
Yeah, but if that was the case, then naturally that would mean that someone would have to convince Courtney, like, what happened to them was the thing that happened to them. So it's like, if that's what you're going off of, right? That means you would have to say that there's, like, some third party in their way. So it's like, did Courtney ever say publicly, a friend helped me realize this, or did they just come to the realization themselves? I don't know. Like, this is a very interesting rabbit hole of mental gymnastics that we're going down.
Knots. And convince themselves that all of Courtney's actions are just the actions of an abuse victim. No, they fucking aren't. Courtney talks like an abuser. She behaves like an abuser. She deliberately goes out of her way to get people to trust her and to do whatever she wants. And if you don't do whatever she wants, she gets very angry with you. Courtney's behavior is just, it is textbook abuse. Absolutely fucking textbook. And like, the kicker is, like, Courtney can't help herself sometimes. I've brought it up in the past. Where'd it go? I brought this up in the past. Courtney bounds back and forth between, where'd it go? There we go. Here's Courtney claiming that I was our father's golden child. Well, basically, me and Cameron were our parents' golden child.
Why, okay. Let me
Forth
see.
between, where'd it go? There we go. Here's Courtney.
And 2 important notes on our parents. Our mother's golden child is Cameron. You can do no wrong in her eyes. Our father's golden child was Lily. She could do no wrong our whole childhood. Nothing was her fault to him because of diagnosis X, Y, or Z. Okay.
Claiming that I was our father's golden child. Well, basically, me and Cameron were our parents' golden child. Here she is saying that our father would say behind my back to Courtney, "You're the one we actually care about."
Okay.
My mother saying that she should have drowned me at birth. Which is it? Fucking which is it? You can't keep changing your fucking story.
Okay, let's see. You know what, Lily? Let's run with your Courtney's the favorite narrative. You know our mother told me about once a month to my face I should have drowned that thing at birth. In regards to you. Our mother said more behind your back than to your face, that you're the only one we actually care about, Courtney. I'm the favorite. So that means I could pick up the phone tomorrow, say 3 words, and get whatever I want out of those people. Can you do that? Oh, dude. They drove to Montreal for me. They bought plane tickets for me. Even to this day, when I scream at her mother about her rapist son, she ends the interaction with, "You could always come back home, Courtney. Do you get that? Oh, wait. They paid to get you out of the house. Whoops. I'm the favorite. That makes you that thing. How does that make you feel? Feel better? If I'm the favorite, that means I'm still the one that's wanted back while you're that thing." These are the people that you're siding with, Lily, dearest. People who don't want you. How's that working out for your life? How's the disability funds treating you? About time for your mandatory therapist visits in order to keep your disability qualification. Ugh, you're welcome, by the way. It's like me with real jobs that allow there to be funds for people like you to ooze their way into disability for how are my tax dollars treating you? What the I mean, that just sounds schizo, though. It's because, realistically, whether this is true or not, right? Whether this is true or not is up for grabs. Like, you know, it's debatable, right? Because it's like, it is a contradiction. But it's like, there's no way, dude. Unless, like, the mother and father were pieces of shit, there's no way they went to their other kid and said, like, once a month to say, "I should have drowned that thing at birth." The fuck? That's just schizophrenic, dude. You're the one that we actually care about, Courtney. Dude, there's no way, dude. Fuck. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, they're both horrendous. Yeah. No, I think, like, it's the easiest thing to do is just to write them both off as, like, pieces of shit. Just the severity of how bad they are, then yeah, obviously that would require more investigation. But it's like, fuck me, man. Courtney is a little crazy, and Lily is definitely very, very questionable as a human being. But yeah.
Every goddamn time. Because if you watch her video, and then you watch her first video she did with Poppy, she's telling completely different fucking stories.
Oh, yeah.
And the kicker is nobody goes and checks. You can find it, like, she has the video with Poppy. Poppy is still up on Poppy's channel. It's called History and Horror.
Dude, there's no way.
And you can compare the story she tells there to the story she tells in her own video, and they are completely fucking different.
Would you like
She's making you both the golden child and the unlovable hermit, depending on whichever one is more convenient for her. Yeah, because the kicker is...
Okay, so, like, again, why haven't you just done that? Like, why haven't you just, like, taken Poppy's and, like, you know, taken, like, her video and just, like, showed the contradictions? Because realistically, with your logic throughout the stream, I don't really trust your logic, considering that you come to insane batshit conclusions with, like, very weird logic, okay? Very bizarre logic, so I don't really trust your word right away. But yeah, I mean, if you do have that, that'd be interesting. Show it. Show it. Debunk it. But yeah, also, I just wanted to show that Matthias made this evil art. Yara's space. Dude, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I'm a woman, dude. I'm a woman! Yeah, I'm winning, dude. I'm fucking winning. We up. We up, shotties. We up. Yeah, gosh. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Dude. Don't goon on main. Yeah. Anyways. How to set them straight. Anyways.
Courtney needs me to be the golden child because it's helpful for her narrative. But the problem is Courtney is also deeply fucking sadistic, so she can't help herself. She has to rub in the fact that she was the actual favorite. There was another incident where basically one of Brittany's sock puppet blogs basically got this. Since Lily loves reusing names, I thought I'd just try Googling her known aliases. And full disclaimer, I don't know what the site is about, but this could be someone pretending to be Lily. But I'm going to throw it up anyways. Anyways, there are no pictures or anything in this link, just a request. And then it basically sends them to basically a dark web forum with basically somebody asking for, like, it's a child porn website. That's what it is. It's a child porn website.
Okay.
And the kicker is Courtney would then go on, it's like, I had more than one person reach out to me that you've been spotted on CP sites, posting descriptions of me and looking for videos of a man violating his infant son. I have no idea what that is. I didn't believe it. And yet here we are with your description of me, word for fucking word. I might keep going, kid. I might actually fucking end your existence. Now,
we didn't want to believe that you had actually been in pursuit of a copy of Daisy's Destructions, and yet here we are with with your description of me, word for fucking word. Keep going, kid. I might actually fucking end your miserable existence. Lily was affiliated with Daisy's Destruction, bro. This is what happens when you like pair up against like two schizos against each other, dude. It's just fucking schizophrenic.
This is the description. I followed this link against my better judgment. I followed this link. This is the description she's talking about.
Long, thick black hair, pale skin. That's
you know who else this describes?
Like
those people?
90%.
Me? Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Anyway, here's the smoking gun. Since Lily loves reusing names, I thought I'd just try Googling her known aliases. This is an onion link. You can't Google those.
Right, it's dark web, right?
They're not on the ClearNet. They don't show up on Google.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, so I mean, but this is coming from anonymous. That doesn't mean like Courtney looked it up. That means like this person came up with it on their own. So this could be, if the point that they're making that this could be like a malicious actor, there might be some credence to that. But like, yeah, I mean, if you can't Google that, and this has come from an anonymous person, not Courtney though. So yeah, interesting.
So you clearly fucking lied. And then Courtney goes and posts that she's had more than one person talking about it. Where'd it go? You've done some digging, and despite finding on hardcore sites, you don't believe it's her. Let's see. I've got more reliable sources than a Tumblr anon to lead me to believe she is in fact on these sites. Do you know how many of these sources she offered?
What?
None.
Of course.
None whatsoever. And when I made the post.
I mean, if it's randos, I could understand.
Yeah, basically dismantling this. I think it might actually be up. I think you may have reblogged it. See if I can find
it. Did you guys just call this a fucking transvestigation? You guys suck. Fuck off.
Okay, yeah, here it is. I ended up making this fucking post.
I heard about Daisy's on Cold Raven's video, and that's fucking illegal. Yeah, CP tends to be illegal, buddy. Dude, that's fucked up. I saw the CP get talked about, and I'm like, shit, man, that shit illegal, man. Good job, Miss Lucy. We praise your investigative skills. Fuck. Oh god. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I'm gonna keep going. Ah, fuck.
Here's the source that Brittany and Courtney are using to claim I'm apparently on CP sites. The source is an anon. Even Brittany admits the post link was made
Oh, what's up, Hex?
suspiciously close to when Courtney started making their bullshit claims, and registered after she started posting. Because Courtney opened up his own blog on June, with his first post being on the 19th. Also registered just 6 days before making that post. I want to believe this is a troll, but this is a popular. Is this a popular forum, the kind of site where you go to try and troll someone with the hope someone else will pick it up? And Courtney decides to just take it at face value, and we get the posts I've already seen. I've got more reliable resources than a Tumblr ran on. Well, she doesn't provide the resources she supposedly has, but she thinks, well, I have the proof is enough. And I basically just said, show the fucking proof then. Do it. And then I pointed out, Googling my known aliases. This is a dark web onion domain. Those don't show up on Google.
Sure.
This is, and after I pointed this out, she caved.
Oh.
When I basically said, no, you didn't Google these. You didn't do this. Those don't show up on Google. You're clearly lying.
Okay. So they could be lying about how they got the information, but that doesn't necessarily mean the information itself was a lie. But, like, I get the speculation because that is a serious claim, and it should have been handled a lot more carefully if there was any credence to it. But, I don't know. That does sound batshit insane to say Lily Orchard was, you know, directly involved with some things to do with, like, you know, a site to do with, like, Daisy's destruction. That would be insane. But fuck me.
Courtney immediately went all in on this fucking fantasy that I'm apparently looking for on hardcore sites and looking for. I don't even want to know what Daisy's destruction is, honestly. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I go to Wikipedia and put that in, I am going to see the horrors again.
I think there's actually, if anyone really wants to know, I believe there's like a 60-minute video. Like, I'm actually talking about, like, you know, a site called like 60 Minutes. That it's like a news site that goes over it. It is CP, right? It's horrific. It's about a person named like Peter Scully, right? Like, to my understanding, Peter Scully was a person that made this video in the first place. The guy got like jail time, obviously. But it was about a grown woman taking advantage of a 2-year-old toddler. And it was very horrific. Very fucking horrific. It was super infamous and went around all over the internet because of how fucking batshit insane it was. And if you ever were in the horror community, right? This is actually where I even saw it popped up. It was a main controversy attached to creators like Plagued Moth and That Burn Show. Plagued Moth was like a 400K horror community channel that itself admitted to watching like a quarter of it. And then like had like 3 different lies of inconsistencies about it. And then he just kind of like lost his channel due to like multiple reasons. But then That Burn Show was another person in the horror community that like basically reacted to it, which is interesting to say the least. I don't understand these fucking people from the horror community sometimes. They get some weird creeps that, like, there's some people that are normal and just enjoy the culture of, like, you know, oh, this stuff is, like, you know, scary and spooky. I like it. But then there's just some people that are like, I like gore. Do you like gore? Gore's so cool. Honestly, it doesn't even bother me. I just kind of fuck with it, you know? You feel me, yeah. I like to consider myself, I like to consider myself, chill and unique. Yeah. Plagued Moth is kind of gone for a couple reasons, to be fair. Daisy's destruction definitely was a point used against them. They false DMCA striked anyone who criticized them. And they also lost their Patreon because it had like uncensored gore on it, allegedly. So it's like, Plagued Moth was a very interesting person. Yeah. Yeah, why the fuck would you react to it, you? Yeah, no. It's insane. There's some, I know about some freaks, dude. Yeah, a lot of the horror community generally treats true crime like horror as if people haven't actually been harmed. Yeah. Plagued Moth apparently had a high-def render of the intro of Daisy's destruction for his video that nobody could replicate within the 60 Minutes video. No, exactly. Exactly, that was another point. He tried to have so many defenses for it. One of his stories was it just auto-played on 4chan, but like 4chan doesn't auto-play videos, so that was a lie. One of the stories was that, he watched 25% of it. And then another story was, oh, I didn't actually watch it. A friend told me about how horrific it was. It just kept changing. It just kept altering. And then like he just denied ever seeing it at all. He had like a tendency to frame people as like homophobic or whatever for criticizing him. Because I guess he was a part of the LGBTQ. I don't know what Plagued Moth identifies as or what branch of like, he identifies with. But that was a way that he kind of like did things. He would basically do that, right? Where he would kind of deflect criticism with, oh, everyone else is just like, homophobic or whatever. And then also like pedo jacket his critics. Not a fun guy to go against. Not a fun guy to go against. A Plagued Moth would slander people too. In fact, a person I knew, a guy named like Spindling or whatever, he's in my server. He desperately tried to frame Spindling as a pedophile, to the point where he got like a whole different account and just accused him of being at one point some soldier account or something that was a pedophile, and just said, "Oh yeah, that's Spindling" on a different alt, which the evidence there was none, and then like he had to retract it like a little bitch because he like slandered. So it's like very interesting individual. Yeah. I love horror, but gore and shit like this is not horror. Are you serious? No, yeah, no, it's insane. Some of these people, yeah. So some of these people like gore, and it's like, what the hell? It's fucking weird. I'm not a fan. What branch? What are you, fucking army? Yeah, look at my character still. Okay. Not only does it make him look bad, but it makes the rest of the community look bad if he's saying that's homophobic. No, yeah, it is. Yeah. If you say anything mean about A-space, you are asexual phobic. True. Dude, honestly, it's aphobia, okay? Aphobia with a fist emoji. Imagine getting owned by that creepy reading. Dude, the soy cuck. No, I'm kidding. He's chill. Yeah. Oh, yes. LGBTQ, lesbian, gore enthusiast, bi, and trans. Nice one. Gonna keep it going.
And a certain unnamed orange-hued president is uncanny. I said a thing, so it must be true. If you don't believe me, I hate you and you must be destroyed. Yeah, very Trumpian.
Oh, yeah.
So, a fucking onion site? Yeah. And so, this goes up. She immediately starts going on about all the proof she has. And then, this gets completely fucking blown out of the water. And she's going, fine, show the proof. And she didn't, and she fucking ignored it. And she never talked about this particular incident again.
Thanks, Claudia.
Okay. Courtney is largely getting by on the fact that she knows she can just tell whatever story she fucking wants about me, and people will swallow it.
It's probably
There's a bunch of people who seem to think that Stockholm, you know, the fanfic I've often been accused of writing about like fucking 12 years ago, was apparently about her. The proof they have of this? Courtney said so.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever thought of it like that.
Weirdly enough, I've
sure.
heard what a lot of people had to, you know, before Courtney came around, a lot of people kept making up this big fantasy as to what's supposedly in Stockholm. And weirdly enough, sibling incest didn't seem to be in it at all. Until after Courtney showed up, and then it was in it a lot. Funny how that works out.
Yeah.
Courtney has also gone to very.
I've never personally read Stockholm. I've seen like cliff notes of coverage of like, you know, some people talking about it, and I have no intentions to read Stockholm. Realistically, I'm just going to go off of like coverage I see from other people. I'm not going to go into something that some people will say is legally considered a CP. I just, no, I'm not looking at it. All right. not my battle, but yeah. Can't do Stockholm. I wrote that one. Real. Lily wrote Stockholm, bitch. Don't deny it. Yeah. Wait, how would Lily know? No, exactly. Viridian slips, dude. The soy cuck is Falky, right? Yeah, that is true.
Significant lengths. Courtney has also gone to very significant lengths to basically try and basically give guilt by association. She can't prove any of her deranged claims, and oftentimes when she tries to, she gets debunked almost instantly. So she's gone to shit like...
Dude, how would she know about those accusations being wrong? Well, Fembro, it's because she's an avid reader, okay?
So she's gone after shit like BG Funnies, or...
Sure.
Or Iris and Kira, where, like, I write stuff about...
I have no idea who these are. This is not Stockholm. Also, for those of you that are here and that are new, subscribe, dude. I'm chilling so good right now. I'm chilling my shill. Oh, but yeah, subscribe and leave a like, dude. I like attention. Gulps.
About siblings having a positive, healthy, affectionate relationship, and they basically go, well, this is proof you want to bang your sister. When there's, like, no sister fucking in this at all.
Yeah, not even
Heaven
not
forbid
even
people
a
make
little bit.
questionable fanfic as a child. Yeah, that's the weird part. It's like... The kicker is like, everyone thinks, like, you know, fiction is harmless until it's someone you don't like who does it. Whereas with me, like, I have had people who are close to me going, yeah, I like to explore these kind of things. I like to explore these kind of things in fiction, and I've often said to them, you really shouldn't. That's not healthy for you. Or at least you shouldn't do.
Obviously, it's going to be used as a point against you, because if the allegations is that you're into incest and you happen to make content that, you know, has incest material, then naturally people are going to question, well, if the allegations of you that you're into incest and it's showing through your coverage of stories, then would that mean that it's like a real thing, right? It's like a real thing that affects you, right?
do it the way you're claiming to, the way you're trying to do. Apparently, maybe writing a skeezy fanfiction decades ago was somehow worse than currently grooming minors. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is something they do a lot. Like, remember.
I don't know what that is. I'd see the horrors again at Ace Base is what she said about the thing you were talking about. Lovely.
Courtney got clapped for grooming minors, and she's like...
Courtney got clapped for grooming minors, okay.
And Brittany was like, I find it hypocritical as all hell that they'd spread that being Courtney grooming and being inappropriate with minors, and downplaying a certain other individual having way more signs of actually being a predator, that being, she might have written a fanfic 12 years ago, we don't know. And downplaying Poppy's F-list and cub porn. An F-list. A fucking F... Yeah, cub porn is skeezy, but like it's... Just stop doing it. But like an F-list, where you write down a list of fetishes, and people just have to take your word.
That's what F-list means? Fetish list? Dude. That's... Bro.
For it, that they're actually yours and you're not just posturing. This is apparently on the same level as grooming fucking children. You know, I live in a country where fictional child porn is a crime, but it's a lesser crime than having like photorealistic child porn.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
It's like 3 years in prison versus 7 years in prison. The whole I know her IRL, therefore I can confirm. Oh, yeah. Aside from bad trans woman bad, do you think that the stalkers believe Court on the basis of being blood related to you? No, I think they believe Court on the basis that it was convenient to them. Yeah. They will believe anyone.
I think that's kind of copium. Because naturally, I think them being your sibling, right? If that's the case, right? Naturally, the go-to reaction will be like, oh, but shit, this is a person you grew up with. So they would have like a better character of your judgment. And if they're making a claim, that's different than some random malicious actor online, right? So it's like them being your sibling would definitely play a huge role into people believing the credibility on the content of your character based off of their allegations. It's just kind of how it works because a family member would know you a lot because they've grown up with you and shit like that. So it's like I think you're just kind of coping. But yeah.
They will believe anyone who fucking says this shit.
What, she just said Zoo's okay, just stop. We move on, Ivy. We move on.
I decided to put the BG funnies in the fucking background because I figured this will blunt how horrible all this is.
Oh yeah.
Literal confirmation bias. They really believed it and weren't just using it as justification to hate CD for making videos they don't like. Yeah, that's the kicker. They don't talk about the shit I've supposedly done. It's always pissing and moaning about like my fucking D&D takes or my Steven Universe takes or my anime takes, and then adding, oh, by the way, she also raped her sister as an aside. Like, that's not an oh, by the way. Like, you could at least pretend to take this shit seriously.
Dude. Lily said in a Tumblr post, her favorite trope is someone obsessing over friend, lover, or sister, wife. Yeah, sweeper. Dude, yeah. Ivy, don't even worry about it, bro. Don't even worry about it. Alright, we be vibing. Okay? We be vibing. But yeah. Nah, so... what was I even gonna say here? Oh yeah, the media reviewer. I'm not gonna lie, I've had, my run-ins with media reviewers and stuff like that. They are not equipped to take these situations seriously. So yeah, I mean, fuck. Right. One thing I will say is I can understand like making fun of someone kind of like, after talking about the serious stuff. But like then the standard would have to be, right? If you're like an anti-Lily person, right? You would have to make your first Lily video would have to be like if we're going by the rules of the game here, right? Your first video would have to be about all the heinous actions and heinous crimes, right? That they've done. And then if they respond, then responding to that would be priority, right? And then if you want to like dog on them, I guess you could do media review takes. It is very bizarre, right? Because I know realistically, you can't just keep bringing up this person's a pedophile and making multiple videos saying that this person's a pedophile rapist over and over and over again. Because it's like, if there's no new evidence, then there's no new points. If there's no new points, there's no new reason to like make a video. But it is weird that the alternative would be like, let's make fun of their, let's criticize their Steven Universe video. Let's criticize their Has Been Hotel takes. Let's criticize, it's like, it's very dystopian almost. It's like, imagine just pointing at a person and be like, this guy's a pedophile rapist, also their takes on media is bad. That just would not happen ever in real life. But it's like, I can understand, though, not talking about the serious stuff all the time in multiple videos, because you just realistically can't. But the logical move would be to talk about that stuff, and then move on to more bad people if your only objective was, I care about these situations and want to talk about these situations. Talk about their media reviewer takes, it's just kind of like, and that being taken more seriously is just kind of like, okay, that's a bit bizarre. But it's kind of, it's just petty, to be honest. It's free content, people eat it up, sure, but it's just petty. It's weak points, it's weak material, and if you're really trying to convince someone not to like someone, it is weird that you're going like bad Steven Universe video as opposed to this person raped their sibling. It is very bizarre. To be fair, content is content. Bad reviews are easier content than incest. No, I mean, I get that. Bro, it's not Saul Goodman, yeah. But it is very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. I'm not saying that they don't have the right to do that. I mean, obviously it's your platform, do whatever you want with it. It's just very weird to do that. It's very weird. Like I don't think, like, let's see. Because that would, like, if I did that shit, that'd be so fucking odd. Like, imagine if like I made a birdie video, right? And then the next thing I do is, well, let's make fun of their animation memes. Like, it's just why? It's just so weird, you know? It's like, now that I got this out of the way, let's make fun of their other, you know, funny haha content. I'm like, it's just fucking bizarre. I just don't care about that personally. But yeah, it is what it is. To each their own, I guess. That's what Anthony Gramiglia basically did with her. He went, look at how bad Lily is at reviewing media, and also she's a fucking criminal. Near word for word. Dude. Bro. Dude. That would just be alive, to be honest. Real. Real as fuck.
And this is the part that pisses me off, because this is not even the first time it's fucking happened. My fucking servers made a fucking joke out of it, but this is the Lily Orchard drama cycle. Someone comes out claiming that I'm an abuser, predator, or creep. I sound the alarm that said person is extremely untrustworthy and abusive. My warnings are laughed off as cope or lies or whatever, and said person is able to grow a following. Said person abuses someone, preys on minors, or otherwise does exactly what I said they would do. Everyone acts like this was a complete surprise and wonders how they could have seen this coming, and then the cycle begins fucking again.
This is cope. All my detractors are abusers.
Like,
come on.
Yeah, we make jokes about this sometimes, but it's genuinely fucking...
Okay. Lyle? Jar, dude. Yeah, you got him. You really got him. Whew. God. Who are these people? I can't even recognize them. I know that's Star Giants. I don't actually even know who the first one is. But fuck. I mean, this person, it's actually interesting you use Star Giants because they actually became a fan of you. That's weird that you're obfuscating that one. Even with Lio, he didn't like publicly go after you in video format. Very interesting. Very interesting. And then Jar, it's like nothing to do with you or anything like, you know, to the severity of like what Courtney did. Courtney Peet, yeah, I think like that's like the closest one to you. It is weird. It is weird. It is weird for some of these. But yeah, no, Star Giants is a weird one because they're like a fan of yours now, Lily. You just murked a fan. You murked your strongest defender. This is such a gay meme.
Disturbing. It is genuinely disturbing how often, like, you know, people come at me.
Poppy and Xena? Oh, fuck me. He's going to touch kids. I just know it. He said Lily likes kids. Fuck. Wait, Ace. What do you want, Fembrow? Dude. Not that weird incest game art style, bro. Dude, she's defending herself with the fucking Andy and Kafida Lele. You know what Courtney's PFP is the style of? Oh my god. No, they both are. Andy and Kafida Lele. Dude, there's signs. There's signs. I wonder what they're doing, bro.
CD, your sister's on
Is
some
this
bullshit.
like, is this like a secret admission to like having feelings for them? Very interesting.
Just now? What D&D takes anyway? Oh, that some classes need to be reworked and they need to put race class restrictions back in.
Talk about Floridian slip after Floridian slip, too.
You shouldn't have a cycle for this. Lol. Yeah, we make a joke about out of this. Like, but at times it just becomes genuinely infuriating because like Courtney and Poppy and Xena and fucking Rebecca and Vita, they're pedophiles.
Oh shit, that's Vita? And wait, Poppy and Xena's a pedophile. Where'd that fucking come from? And Courtney? Would I call Courtney a pedophile? I think you would have a case for grooming, but it's like there's just nothing I've seen where it's like they have sexual attraction to kids. I don't know. I'd have to look at some more stuff into that one before giving that. Poppy and Xena, I'm just fucking unaware of. Star Giants and Vita, I think, are like stronger cases. But Poppy and Xena, I thought the whole deal with them was that they had like a polycule cult or some shit like that. But I thought like, all the people were like, grown adults. Unless, I was mistaken, but fuck.
Actually, no, Poppy and Xena's not a pedophile. She's just a sexual abuser.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clearing that one up. Thanks for clearing that one up. Appreciate you.
Courtney and fucking Rebecca and Vita, they were pedophiles. They have been clapped for being pedophiles. And I was sounding the alarm on these people from the moment they fucking showed their goddamn heads. And then it happens, and it's like, and everyone goes, huh? What? Huh?
Yeah?
These people ensnare teenagers into their servers and into their communities, where they are then just.
Poppy and Xena aren't prez, but they're groomers. Are you going off of the argument like because I don't necessarily disagree, but like you're talking about like they would be groomers because of the cult aspect, right? Because like obviously I think we could understand that there would definitely be a difference between like grooming and pedophilia, especially if we take that into account. To be fair with you, like to be blunt, I still have to look more into Poppy and Xena. I know some cliff notes, but yeah, the most I'd known about them was about like the abusive like polycule cult drama. But yeah, Lily's logic is anyone who makes a video criticizing her or takes are either predators or abusers of some kind. Interesting. I mean, fuck, man, fuck. Britt, you might have me on that one, dude. Britt said that they were attracted to like mature minors. Anthony Gramiglia, I don't know if I would say that one. Like most I've seen with the guy, he's just done some like stupid fucking stuff, but like he's been kind of like a dunce sometimes. But like pedophile, wouldn't call him that. Not even a groomer. That's kind of extreme. Not even just kind of. It just is extreme. There's nothing I've seen to suffice for that. KP is not one. Let's see. Fucking even Sai, someone I don't like, right? It's like she's not a pedophile, and it's very hard to even call her a groomer. Some people like doing that, but I've never made that claim. I think like that's the server stuff is like reckless negligence, and like just like come on, like you're being a stubborn motherfucker. But like other than that, it's like predator, like stuff like that. Pedophile. I don't know. That's a bit of a push. Like yeah. It's just specifically towards their behavior towards a cult and trafficking victim, Dusk, who was an adult but was very vulnerable, not pedos but gross. Okay, yeah, I get that. Because I didn't know if there was something with them like where it's like they coerced like a minor to be in the polycule, but I think that there wasn't. So, all right. And then Gramiglia is a fucking bread tuber I dislike immensely, but he's not a fucking pedo. He's just cringe AF, real. I mean, fair enough, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Lily is trying to like paint this narrative that like anyone that like is a detractor of them is like an immediate right piece of shit human being. But it's like I just don't believe that to be the case, right? It's like all my detractors suck, right? All my detractors are like pedophile groomers, grr. Oh, they're all abusers. I'm just like, really? Like, dude, yeah, said person abuses someone, preys on minors, or otherwise does exactly what Lily Orchard said they would do. Really? When has KP abused someone or preys on minors? When has, like, Anthony Gramiglia done that? When has Sai done that? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, It's very bizarre. But yeah, I'm just a born hater, to be honest. I have opinions about everyone. I mean, fair enough, lol. I just kind of think, like, Anthony Gramiglia is kind of, like, just a normie. I think, like, when I talk to someone, explain them, because I've seen a lot of similarities with, like, anti-Lily Orchard crew and, like, anti-Birdie crew. I kind of just compare Anthony Gramiglia to, like, Queen. Just because it's, like, they both just come off to me as, like, normies that don't know what they're doing sometimes. And I don't know, they weren't really made for like the commentary space. So it's like they're definitely gonna make like reckless mistakes at times. So it's like lol. It's very retard coded. Cool stuff. Dude, what am I getting pinged for, bro? What the fuck? Not my art, bruh. For real. Ace, next I'm turning you into a doll. What is this? What is this? What is this, bro? I'm an evil beast. Dude, what the fuck? I don't like MLP, though. It's evil. It's awful, dude. It's awful stuff. But fuck. What do I even have here? Just nothing. I'll just delete that. Nobody cares about Beckett. He sucks. But yeah. Fucking hell.
Fucking pray! Oh, that's a different thing entirely. And that's the part that pisses me off because kids are getting hurt over this shit!
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, it's like, even like with other stuff, right? It's like, okay, you have a bad vibe off of them. Of course, people are not going to, like, you know, give you good grace if all you have is a bad vibe, right? Because, like, even with, when it comes to evidence, even with Courtney Peet, right? They made the claim way before there was, like, the Discord screenshots. So it's like, people act surprised when this shit happens. Well, yeah, no shit, it's new information. What, do you think that, do you just realistically want people to go off of your spider sense whenever, like, you know, it's tingling? Like, that's just a unrealistic way of how to handle things. That's just stupid.
Here we go. This kid here never should have been in this fucking position. Then it never should have even been possible for her to be put in this fucking, for like, her, I don't know what the gender is, for them to be put in this fucking position. And Courtney was only able to do this because she basically got a following off the back of Trans Girl Bad.
Oh my god.
And the worst part is, people are coping so fucking hard to basically make it out that Courtney's still a victim in all this. So what's gonna happen is that another fucker's gonna come out of the goddamn woodwork, and they're gonna abuse children as well. And let's be honest, it's probably gonna be Psy.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I mean, bro, the worst I've seen from them was negligence and recklessness. I have a feeling, though, if Lily had the same screenshots I did, they would run haywire with it. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. I've already made, like, what I found public. It's not like it's anything secret. I've made this stream months ago, right? So it's like, it's not like new information. But it's like, that is an insane take to make. Again, I don't like Psy, but it's like, jumping the gun on her, too, is just, like, unrealistic and dumb. Like, what? You're such a fucking idiot. Yeah, I think Psy's gonna touch kids. It's like, I don't agree with that sentiment. I don't have any information to, like, come to that conclusion. I just think that she's just a reckless, negligent piece of shit sometimes. But yeah.
And this whole shit's gonna happen again. I've had people come into my fucking Twitch chat on occasion, basically like, I had that happen once recently, where like somebody came in and talked about how, yeah, Courtney was like, groomed them on Discord. And I had to stop, and I felt compelled to apologize to this poor kid. Because like, I know it's not my fault. I know it's not my fault. I know that, I know that I tried very hard to sound the alarm about how much of a fucking nutcase Courtney is. But at the same time, when this shit happens, I feel like it's my fault. Because it's my name they used to get this influence in the first place.
Oh, fuck off. In a way, emotionally, I kind of groomed this kid through Courtney Peet. So, I'm sorry, guys. Dude, fuck off.
Especially considering your past.
Dude, I got Chick-fil-A right now, and it's gonna taste so good right now.
And like, I know I shouldn't feel like that. I know I shouldn't feel that way. I've had people even tell me it's not your fault. You're a victim of all this too. But like, when it's easy to reassure someone, but it's a lot different when someone's using your name to create a net to catch children with.
That's voice.
And like, I hate it when children get hurt. I genuinely hate it when children get hurt. My niece tripped once, and I legit panicked. Like, I legit went.
That's called being a human.
Because like. Dude. It's one thing for Courtney to project her fucking daddy issues on me, because that's what she's doing. It's what she's always done. She's done it since she was 13. Project her daddy issues onto, onto other people. She did it to me first. Then she ran away and basically started chatting.
I feel like everyone in this family should just be barred from the internet, Christ. Which one's worse, Daddy of 5 or Lily Orchard family? Fuck me.
Up with older men. But the kicker is, Courtney's not 17 anymore. She's 32 and has wrecked her fucking body with heroin. So she can't do that anymore. So she moves to teenagers online.
I thought it was okay.
As minors beat parents.
I just hate this for you, CD. You should. Honestly, I would rather you have more sympathy for the kids she's hurting. I've said for a long time, there are a lot of teenagers who get wrapped up into this shit, and they say awful, horrible shit to me as a result, and I've never taken it personally. I've always had this policy of leave me alone, and everything will be water under the bridge. Because I know that you basically got roped up into a grooming scheme. I know who it was who preyed on you. So I don't really hold their actions against me. I don't take that personally.
Bro.
Teenagers who are abused are more likely to be abused again. Being more pro-life than the entire red half of the U.S. by being a genuinely good person and caring about how children are treated. Being creepy groomers to children is a weirdly consistent theme with these types. Yeah. Courtney has just not been willing to go to therapy. Like, Courtney has desperately needed to go to therapy. Look, it has been clear Courtney has needed therapy since the moment she started raping her brother.
She what? She what?
Some people won't let go of their hatred for someone. No, they won't. With Brittany, it is very much like Brittany is the big driver for life.
Okay, are we gonna elaborate on that? Like, are we gonna elaborate on this at all? The fuck? When the fuck did that happen? That's new. She didn't know that was a shot at both of them. Real. Yeah, when the fuck did Courtney do that? Evidence, please?
A lot of this. Brittany has basically been the one getting wrapped up in, like, all of these...
Is that something we're just gonna glance over? Fuck my life, bro.
creeps. Like, Brittany has teamed up with... Where'd I put that? Everyone on this list, Brittany has actively teamed up with, and then had to drop immediately afterward. She keeps having to jump from predator to predator to predator to predator. All because I broke up with this bitch 10 fucking years ago, and she can't handle it. That's, like, cutting off contact with her is something I need to be punished for.
Yeah, Brittany is very cooked, I can't lie.
Maybe Courtney thinks she yells out.
I was pretty pissed at Brittany when I went over that shit. Like, fuck me. But, yeah, she should have just gone to the police.
About you, little extract from her own hands, BS. Yeah, probably. I just want to get a compliment in her image for the sole purpose of having my OC set her on fire or make balloon animals out of her and like, okay, alter ego. Enough with, like, you're banned from the chat. I just said, don't make violent threats. You get me in trouble when you do that. And the fact that I had to talk to someone about that a minute ago, and you're doing it again, so you're not talking in the chat. I can feel some documentary and YouTubers YouTube months are... I can feel that some documentary and YouTubers YouTube months are counted then, like whenever they make a CD video. Oh, yeah, like, some drama just refuses to die for whatever reason. It's because it's useful. YouTube drama sticks around because people get really parasocial and really obsessed with hating certain YouTubers. They're so angry about them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the fact that I made some cartoon videos years ago, they get so angry. Like, I can make some fucking takes about D&D, and it...
Dude. Yeah, I mean, fuck. I'm not gonna deny that there are some malicious actors, right? Dude, also WCatX. But yeah, I'm not gonna deny that there's malicious actors involved in this, right? Because naturally there's always gonna be, like, you know, if you're big enough, there are gonna be people that want to twist things, right? But, like, I don't think that that's, like, a good standard to just set as, like, all detractors, you know? It's like, I don't think everyone's doing that, you know? I think there's definitely some people with, like, valid criticisms. But that being said, right? Fuck, dude. It's very... I think you're just kind of, like, altering, like, you know, some things and, like, having, like, a fucking revisionist, dude. History revision, right? It's all coping. It's all framing them as, like, oh, everyone's just as bad because there's this one person I could specifically point to. It's like, I'd really like to see you, like, you know, take apart, like, everyone then, right? Like, I know this is focused on Courtney Peet, and, like, I think there has definitely been some inconsistencies with what she said, but, like, I would like you to focus on, like, some claims that you make just out of the blue. Like, what the fuck is this about them raping their brother, dude? The hell? Like, fuck me, man. But yeah, no, the fucking Brit shit. Oh yeah, that's what I was on about. Brit did kind of piss me off when I covered them. Because there was that call with Lio from a couple of years ago, and it's like, Lio was pretty much just telling them to go to the police. Brittany, like, with the one thing I think you could be, like, pretty critical with Lio on, though, right? It's like, they were given the logs from Brittany, right? And one thing I will say is that the log should have been a talking, you know, a thing of, like, and a thing of discussion, right? 3 years ago, but it took 3 years for it to even be a talking point, because I guess he just never reviewed them. But now it's like people looked at them. There was that call that was being looked at. There was the messages, and it's like, yeah, Brit literally was like really into them. Yeah, they were super into them. I think, yeah, I could believe to an extent that they're a scorned ex. I mean, honestly, I can just believe that they're a scorned ex. It looks like, even the Skype logs, it just looked like it was like a bad high school relationship almost. Like, that was just kind of like the conclusion you come to, I feel like, I come to. But it's like, I don't know. Like, Britt said some very weird fucking things. And the Skype logs were not the smoking gun that they thought that they had. Because I think they claimed to be, like, sexually harassed? And the Skype logs were just none of that. The Terrakalu logs, like, it's like, maybe. But it's like, then you can't even prove those to be true. Which just fucked you over anyways. Brit has been, like, really fucking bad when, like, handling the situation. Like, again, this is the same person who said that they find mature minors tempting. That was in the Skype logs. And that was something I just kind of crashed out about. It was so fucking gross. But yeah. Lily's been been a loco for a decade. There must be a lot of predators out there. Real.
Like, we've just seen, like, there's one D&D YouTuber who gets so fucking angry and pissed off about them.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all they have in their life, so they start a smear campaign on you. Makes you so fucking angry to the extent to which they'll go, which hurts people. Yeah, like, I like to think this is the case, but for all I know, this could easily not be. I have mostly made peace with Courtney's abuse. I think that's kind of been clear, like, the way I talk about it. I don't really, like, when I'm talking about this, I'm getting pissed off because other people are getting hurt. But when I've told you the depths of Courtney's abuse, stuff I've never told them. And I'm always weirdly calm about it. Okay. I have mostly made peace with it, mostly because I know what caused it. Our parents had a very negative reinforcement-based form of parenting, which means good behavior was ignored because it was what you were supposed to do, while bad behavior was zeroed in on and punished. And Courtney grew a deep resentment of me. Like, Courtney's, like, it was always this weird thing, because Courtney grew a deep resentment of me because I basically got most of Dad's attention, and did not realize that Dad's attention was not something to be coveted. It was to be avoided. But also, I was the only one who could stand to be around her. She was fighting with her friends all the goddamn time, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again. She would bitch to me about it.
Sure.
And I was the only one who'd listen to her. Oftentimes I thought she was completely fucking in the wrong, but it's like, sure, Court, whatever you say, Court.
Who said that in the Skype logs? That was Brittany. That's a person who's on the screen right now. That was something I went over, I think, months ago, when that was a whole thing. It was fucking insane.
That was largely it. She resented me, but she also had no real control or power in her life, but also I was the only one who would really give her the time of day, and all that just snowballs into, let's sexually assault him. Andy and Layla was a fucking dog. I don't like that. We've made those kind of jokes once in a while, but I genuinely do not like when I'm talking about something serious that, like, people say shit like that.
What do you mean? Damn, Andy and Layla was a fucking documentary. You don't like when people make those jokes? Dude, your character was just drawn in the art style, and so was Courtney Peet. You opened the door for it. Fuck you.
For some people, negative attention is better than none at all. Yeah. It's... So, like, I know where that came from. I understand it. It's its own twisted, irrational logic. I can follow that. So I'm not angry about it anymore.
Angry about what?
Yes. Being 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and doing this shit is one thing. She is 32 years old.
Yeah.
She is old enough to fucking know better. She is old enough to understand that she needs fucking therapy. She is old enough to know not to fucking do this shit. And she does it anyway and threatens violence against anyone who tells her to knock it off. And she goes on these absolute fucking nightmare tantrums, rending other people's relationships in the fucking process.
You see, the thing is, like, I don't really even disagree with what she's saying here, because it's just common sense. It's just, I know her reasoning for doing this. It's just because this is just a victory lap to her. So it's just like, bro.
I was trying to improve my relationship with my brother, but Courtney's behavior threw that out the fucking window.
Now I'm kind of curious about their brother. I heard that their whole family was fucked, right? But like, dude, this just keeps getting fucking crazier and crazier, I feel. Fuck me. But yeah. Dude.
I don't know how you do it, CD. Just all this shit. Like, if I had my own abuse story dragged out of me in a public space, like, I think I would have shut down. This is gonna be depressing, but I'm used to it. Growing up means letting go of her hate. She's addicted to hate. Yeah, well, the kicker is she can't hurt mom or dad because they're not online.
Right.
Mom's on Facebook, but whatever. The only person, like, she's tried to go after Cameron. Every time Cameron moves departments in the military, she's calling up the military with all this shit and he gets reinvestigated again, only for it to turn up nothing. Makes you wonder what kind of a clown show the Canadian military is, that they can't just look at a previous investigation and go, oh, this has been investigated already. Like, Double Jeopardy just doesn't fucking exist. But I make my money online, and I'm a trans woman. It is insultingly easy to ruin a trans woman's life. But then when she goes after other people who aren't as reliant on fucking internet reputation to make their money, people who aren't, like, as online as she is.
Dude.
It feels like your brother was in the military. Yeah, like, the military has investigated a lot of this shit, and has come up with nothing.
You see, I could see why people are super interested in the Lily Orchard lore, though. I personally don't think I would ever make a Lily Orchard video, because personally, when it comes to, like, you know, making content, right, it's like, on one hand, right, I get that, you know, the whole spreading awareness thing, but, like, realistically, how I feel about it, okay, at the end of the day, what it just boils down to, what it breaks down to for me, right, is I just feel like I would not be able to offer anything new to the table. Right? I'm covering this now because this is new. This is something different. I was going to do like a rabbit hole a while back, but like, it's just like, I don't know. It's, what do I say? It's just kind of, fuck. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I just got distracted. But yeah, it's just, it's been talked about to oblivion. Everyone kind of knows what happened. Everyone knows what went down. Everyone knows, like, the stories and the gist of it. Like, you know, everyone knows the thing. And I don't think, like, even, like, with June the King's video, right? It's, like, I don't think I could ever outdo that. Because it's, like, realistically, how could I? How could I outdo, like, you know, a 1 million view video? It's already, like, well talked about. And it's, like, I don't know. It's not, I don't think there's any awareness of it I could spread. There's nothing new I could bring to the table, right? But, like, I've thought about, like, making videos on other people in the community, but, like, the Anti-Lily Squad is a very, very interesting, like, group of people, because it's, like, they have the standard, Courtney as well included, right? They have the standard where it's, like, you have to make a video on Lily before you criticize us, which it's, like, that's just such a bullshit standard. Like, can you imagine, right, if people went to, like, let's say Cartoon She, right, and said, you have to make a video on, like, Saber Spark before you can even criticize KP. It's like, I think, like, that would be fucking nuts. All right, that'd be fucking insane. But even then, it's like, I think there are detractors that are weird and creepy. Like I've said, when it comes to some anti-Lily people, Poppy and Xena, their whole thing is, like, fucking insane. Okay, that's a whole fucking rabbit hole in themselves. Brit, dude, I don't even know where to fucking start with Brit. Like, that, they are definitely a fucking mental case. Courtney Peet, I can't lie. A lot of criticisms to be given there. Trust me, you'll see soon. I've already talked about Psy, but it's like, realistically, I don't think I'm ever going to make a Psy video. I've already done the 2 streams and just got everything off my chest with it. And just kind of moved on from it. Like, sometimes she occasionally does something, but I don't really engage in, like, Twitter spats directly with her, because it's like, I don't really see the point. I'm not that invested anymore. Like, I was invested, like, when things were going down. It was, like, a big deal. But it's like, realistically, I just don't see, like, the motivation for it. It's just meh. Like, she hasn't done anything new that's, like, insane to me. But I think even, like, with Anthony Gramiglia, it's like, yeah, they're an anti-Lily person, but it's like, I would not be motivated to make a video on them at all. Because it's like, it just comes down to, like, they just done some stupid things on the internet. But yeah, no, it's like, the whole, like, thing with Lily, it's like I said, I wouldn't make a video because, like, I would not be able to add anything new to the table. I also like getting interviews for my content, and, like, there's just some people in the situation that I don't think I would ever even be able to talk to. I would not get anything new or anything at all. and it's just like everyone's just kind of like fucked in that situation. It's so insane. Like most of everyone, I won't say everyone exactly. Obviously, everyone has controversies, but like some people are severely worse than others, naturally. Yeah, she's old news. Yeah, no, for sure. Should get that old sign planting meme and put the text "No dusty lesbian opinions." Cool stuff. But I don't know. That's why, like, I think it was interesting for some people, but like I think the only anti-Lily people I properly covered was Courtney Peet, Sai, and Brit. And even then with Brit, I believe there's probably more of a rabbit hole than the Brit logs. And like, you know, stuff. So in fact, some of the stuff I'm hearing about now is like crazy, but it's like, I don't know. It's all, it's all interesting to an extent. Like I can understand why people have an appeal for it. Like I can't lie, right? It's definitely interesting. It's not every day that some stuff like this happens, right? But like, I don't know. And I think the end goal with people that they want from Lily, which I just don't see is ever going to happen. It's like they want her deplatformed or arrested, which is fine. If like obviously like if she's guilty of what's happened, right, then yeah, that's a fine standard. But it's like realistically, if it hasn't happened with all the attempts over the decade, I just realistically don't see it happening anytime soon. Now, if I get proven wrong, then great. That'd be awesome. But like, I don't think that there really has been anything that like has been that solid where it's like, yeah, get them off. Which is just kind of like put people in this weird limbo to just like criticize their media takes. But yeah, no. I think this is interesting though, because I've been looking into Courtney Peet regardless. So it's like to see like Lily Orchard just kind of like victory lap is a very interesting thing that I don't think I would include in the video, but like definitely go over for a live stream because I'm very curious of what she has to say, even if it is like victory lapping. But yeah, no. It's partially like I've seen a lot to do with Lily. Very, very deranged internet footprint for sure. But fuck, man, fuck. Let's get back into it, dude. Who is the Brat Space, dude? Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Shaw. Fuck. Okay, let's go back to the why you're here. All right, let's go back to why you're here.
It's just... This shouldn't be happening. And this shouldn't keep happening this way. This has happened so many fucking times. So many kids have been hurt because of Courtney's horrid nonsense.
Thanks a lot, Ivy. Love the support.
And that's the worst part. It's going to happen again because they're already coping so goddamn hard. Because a lot of these people, it's important to remember, this is their entertainment. That's why they were so happy to hear about the accusations made against Saberspark. It was fun for them. This is how they feel better about themselves. They're very miserable. Like, this has been the case with people who engage in lolcowing all the time. They are miserable sacks of shit. And they need this to feel better about themselves.
These are the kind of people who is like about to watch a 7-hour drama video. If of like someone popcorn.
You need to talk louder than the mic can't catch you.
Yeah, these are the kind of people who like tweet stuff about like about to watch a 7-hour drama video while like along with like a gif of someone eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hot take, but yeah, I mean, content on YouTube, there is meant to be like some form of entertainment value. That's how it appeals to like more people. So yeah, like yeah, sometimes looking at a decrepit individual is a very interesting thing. Yeah, I mean, you could say, oh, you're not taking it seriously, you're enjoying this too much, but like realistically, right, if no one's gonna really like watch something if it's not interesting, and making it entertaining is like one of the easiest ways to make it interesting. That's just realistically how it goes. There's better ways to do it with making it interesting, sure. If you could, it could still be taken seriously if it's entertaining as well. There are ways to do that, but it's like people simply enjoying like looking at like, you know, creeps being exposed. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, fuck, if you really believe that, Lily, if you really believe that, you wouldn't have made the stream, right? You wouldn't have made content, right? Because what you essentially did was make something for people to go at Courtney Peet. And essentially, some people might even, like, you know, technically people might even note this for documentaries and be like, oh, wow, here's what Lily Orchard had to say. right? CD call, right? This is what she had to say. It's like, dude, like you're contributing to it. I mean, oh, dude, I can't believe they treat this like entertainment. What are you doing, bro? Here's like, some custom art. There's some background music, to try to keep people entertained, right? It's like, you're doing everything in your power to try to make it interesting, which is fine. You're a content creator. You're free to do that. But it's like, you're just kind of coping when it's against you. When it's like, it makes perfect sense as to why. I mean, you understand the mindset, you contribute to it. It's like, it's just really stupid.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is to them, entertainment. It's reality TV. It's fucking true crime. It's...
Damn, you're getting a lot of furry and trans art. Gulps.
Accusations against Saber Spark. He was falsely accused of sexual assault. He thoroughly disproved those accusations more than he needed to. And I mean, like, I've seen this with the way people talk about my personal life. People were like doing math because like they heard like Michaela's microwave while I was in a call with her on a stream and started on this weird conspiracy theory that I have a microwave in my bedroom. What's the point of this? I have no fucking idea. How is a microwave in my bedroom relevant to anything? Good fucking question.
Well, it proves the type of sick individual you are, as you could see, Lily. Actually, hold on. let me do this a bit better. All right, let me do this a little bit better. Okay. I got this. Okay, we're getting the Celeste OST for this bit. All right. Very dedicated bit, as you could tell. Is it this? No, that's the overdone one. No, I know. No. I think it's 11. No, it's actually not. Fuck, hold on. Which one is it? Anxiety? No, not that one. Where is it, dude? I've used this. No, I know that one. Little Goth? Dude, where the fuck is it, dude? I've used this to oblivion. Okay, here we go. Lily Orchard. Very infamous, otherwise known as Lily Peet. Well, if that's what you want to refer to that monster as, has kept a microwave in under their bed. Why? Well, isn't it obvious? It's where they cook children. Like,
I think there was a post.
Fuck me. It's over. You can do this, Ace. I believe in you. Don't worry about it.
I caught a mouse once, and now people think I live in a rat-infested apartment. People think I just never go outside and stay cooped up in my apartment all day. Hell, there was one post of like basically Crimson Ender himself going, I'm sure everyone here has absolutely wonderful, has fulfilling and happy lives while Lily wastes away staying cooped up in her apartment. This post was made a day after I posted my photos of the Saltmarsh Trail.
Oh, yeah.
That is like, even when they see evidence that, no, I do a lot of stuff. I live a very happy, comfortable life. Like, I'm happily fucking married.
Okay.
I'm happily married. And they have gone to great lengths to diminish or downplay that. Like, they insisted that oh, Michaela's not really coming to Canada. She's not really coming to Canada, and you just scam people out of money because your relationship is fake and you don't actually love her. Well,
true, big mighty. Yes, this does. The microwave in the bedroom proves mental illness. She's guilty. Sounds like a Mama Max video. Yeah, it is.
Anyway, Michaela's in Canada now.
Some people thought I wasn't real.
So yeah, some people thought you weren't real. Some people have called you my e-wife, and then there's those same people then turn around and try to claim that I'm horribly abusive to you. Because, like, I don't know, you touch a sensitive spot in my neck on a stream and I go, don't do that.
Yes, I am an abused, non-existent e-wife.
Yeah, them claiming you're on disability and your parents also pay your rent were insane accusations. Yeah, I make too much money to be on disability. Also, my parents wouldn't pay for shit.
Oh, yeah.
I have never heard anything about that involving Colleen O'Shaughnessy, Samantha, or are you referring to a different... What? What's an e-wife? I don't know. I've seen a couple of channels getting traction from Lily Bad videos, yet before this, they've only posted random vids that barely reach 500. Yeah, that's the case with all of them.
Yeah, you don't understand. The partner is just a different voice.
You've got this D&D slop channel going after me, because it gets attention, whereas anything else I do does not. Or anything else they do doesn't. Because who the fuck wants to watch the 800th channel where you read out Reddit posts and pretend to play D&D when you already have crit crap? People who say...
Okay, so you understand the entertainment value. It's just how it works. It's what people do.
Forget about the immigration process takes a long time. Doing the King's videos not related to you make a third of the views. Oh, wow. That's funny because, like, I've seen his other videos and they usually get, and, like, his video on me got less views than the rest of his videos.
Yikes.
It's genuinely infuriating that people create telenovelas out of people's lives. They do it because they don't have a life of their own. There's an interesting...
Again, you were doing this with Courtney Peet, okay? You were revealing a lot of information because they are your sibling as well, okay? You were giving documenters a take from a person who would know the judgment of their character, all right? That is what you were contributing to. Okay, like, come on, dude. Like, you were exactly contributing to what you claim to hate.
There's an interesting phenomenon on Kiwi Farms about this. Is Kiwi Farms, there was one guy, his name was Anthony Legato, and he basically embarrassed Kiwi Farms because he was pathologically obsessed with Christine Chandler. Constantly angry rants all the fucking time, over and over and over and over again. Very worked up, very furious at this woman's continued existence. And then eventually it just got a little too embarrassing, it got a little too real, so they turned Legato into a target for mockery and stalked him the same way. And now they just call anyone who does this A-logs. Here's the kicker. Every Kiwi Farms user is an A-log. All of them.
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of them are better at hiding their anger and bitterness behind self-conscious irreverence. Shout out to that guy making part 67 of the Christine Chandler documentary. Oh, the gamer from Mars? Yeah. I heard of that. Yeah, that guy's been around a long time.
Yeah, like the moment there was like a little too much emotional sincerity behind this parasocial relationship, the other fucking Chandler smelled blood.
Yeah. It's worth pointing out that Christine Chandler's has been stalked and harassed since 2007, and her list of crimes goes back as far as 2021.
Okay.
If you can go through the fucking ringer and come out relatively all right, what does it say about these fuckers? Yeah, like, what's the worst I've ever done? Yell at someone?
Rape.
Does it really have nothing better to do?
Dude, you can't be real. You can't be real. Who's pinging me? Oh, dude, look at Gamma's server, dude. Look at this guy trying to be relevant. Music review, Snarkfest, Ethan Hassan Destiny, or whatever else content. Yeah? How about you get a fucking job, dude? Holy fuck, dude. God. People, am I right, dude? Ugh.
No, he doesn't. Like, the gamer from Mars is like an old YouTube channel. I have no idea who this is because the username got truncated. Why do these clowns latch themselves onto Chris Chan? Because Chris Chan posted a cringy webcomic like back on 4chan and was annoying about it, and that was it. And then people would find her in real life. Like, the harassment basically got so bad it seriously affected her mental health. And now people point out to any points of her, like, if she gets arrested, or if she's spotted, or if she loses her temper with anyone. And of course, like, the people documenting her are the reason she's like this.
Yeah.
Okay, but to an extent, too, Chris Chan has also put a lot of their personal life to the public. That's the reason why it's even able to be documented. It's, yeah, you could say it's fucked up to, like, basically make someone into a lolcow, but at the same time, giving them the ammunition is also a really fucking dumb thing to do. But yeah. God. It's over. Can't escape the EHD. They're cucked. A little rape didn't hurt anybody. Southern accent. Nice one. Nice one, fembro. Fucking hell.
It's like perverted justice, like having to egg people on and goad them into doing something horrible. Because it's how they get their entertainment. It's funny to them. It's also reassuring because, like, hey,
Lily Orchard hates snarkers. Oh, fuck, it's over.
It doesn't matter how much of a fucking unemployed NEET I might be. At least I'm not that bitch.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these people are trying to claim that I'm a NEET.
Well,
Of course, NEET means not in education, employment, or training. It refers to somebody who is unemployed, uneducated, and not in any vocational training. I am employed and educated. But my degree and my fucking job and my own business don't count for some reason, apparently.
you're such a coping bitch, bro.
They motherfuckers call me a neat just to realize I am actually indeed employed at a McDonald's and I have a lot of college debt and I barely have a bachelor. So I am educated and have a job. So you can fuck off now. Yeah, thank you.
They don't count if, like, they don't count because these people are unemployed. Like, Sai works at a fucking pet shop.
Right.
Wait, what'd you just say? Hold on.
He works at a fucking pet don't count for some reason, apparently. They don't count if, like, they don't count because these people are unemployed. Like, Sai works at a fucking pet shop.
Right.
Sai works at a pet shop? Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude. Dude, I'm just trying to visualize that. Sai has a job? I thought the whole bit was that Sai was unemployed. Dude, if they work at a pet shop, that's fucking sick. Dude, imagine, dude. They're just like talking to the parrots, dude. They can see the fish. They see the cats. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, fuck me. Dude, that's odd. That's lit, dude. Where'd you get that information? What the hell? The music loops.
I have almost exclusively heard in weeb circles. Might as well be calling you Yondir. It is actually a technical term.
So it looks like she kind of finished the Courtney cope.
Used in census
These
data,
motherfuckers even
outside of
yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like she finished the Courtney cope. So interesting stuff. I kind of wish that Lily had like more evidence for their claims. So I see more pussy at work than outside. Nice one, bro. Nice one. Dude, I don't know, dude. It's like, fuck me. Dude, fuck me. Dude. But yeah, no, it's like, honestly, I'm not surprised. I saw a little bits of it because obviously I made the tweet, but like I was kind of skipping around. So yeah, they definitely just wanted to take a victory lap. They threw in a bunch of claims that they couldn't substantiate. I will be fair though. I think the argument of Courtney Peet has been very inconsistent about their story is a reasonable thing to question. I think that is a reasonable thing to put up into question, right? Because if someone does make an accusation and changes their story, like, you know, several times, it's very fair to be led to the idea that they're lying about it. Or if they're not lying about it, right, that they don't know what they're fully talking about. Like, I think that is a fair thing to bring into question. I don't like Lily, right? But I think that that is, out of the whole stream they did, right, other than the obvious takes that any rational person would come to, I think that that was a fair point to bring up. I'm not saying, like, Courtney's lying, but if they have done this, where they've recklessly platformed allegations before, like that Daisy's destruction claim about Lily, and then just got proven wrong by, like, simply showing that they were lying about how they got the information and shit, I think it is reasonable to then assume that we should be a bit more cautious with taking this woman's word. That is the one thing, right? That is the one thing I'll give Lily, right? Otherwise, right? The content just kind of comes off as like more like she is really trying to manipulate her audience by using the perfect victim mentality, by like showing very insane shit that, you know, Courtney said, and be like, would a rape victim say this? Would they really say this? Come on, be real. It's like, come on, dude. That is such a dumb way to try to debunk that shit. But yeah. Fuck, dude. Courtney Peet and yeah, fuck, dude. I will say, for the next stream, I don't know when I'm going to be doing it. It should be sometime soon. It's going to be about KP. And I know some people are probably rolling their eyes in the audience, be like, oh, I've heard about her so many times. It's all just going to be one stream focus on it just to get it done and over with. And I'll have something special for you guys, haha. But other than that, yeah, Courtney Peet, I'll be working on some stuff that will be interesting. I think you guys probably already know this, but I'm working on a video on Courtney Peet. So it's like I'm still looking into some stuff. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting. I tried to get an interview with them, and they ran from me like a bitch. So, yeah. Evil stuff. Evil fucking stuff. But, now, what I will do, what I get pinged for, I actually have no idea who just DM'd me. Hold on one second. I do want to raid, though, into someone. Did someone ban Dreamer from my chat? The hell? Okay, so I got update that she just works at like an animal so she did like animal volunteer work and just does art commissions. So I guess the employed debate has been kind of settled. All right, fuck, it's over. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me redirect to someone. Core is chill, op block is chill, gamma is gay. So I'll send you guys to op block. trying to get that guy relevant. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's been nice. You guys have a great night. And I'll see you